Are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina.
Join Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world.
How many times have you been asked to help someone you didn't even know, a student, a business entrepreneur? Or did you ever even ask, where did they end up? That business, that friend, that entrepreneur. Well, just maybe they ended up in a gang, bankrupt, homeless, or worse, dead. Maybe they turned to crime, drugs, and alcohol. Did you ever wonder? Did you destroy their dream? Or was your life always so easy? At the Black Business Olympics, we started a movement to help students complete. Give them hope and foster success. Help them to leave their dreams of providing laptops, computers, and up to $5,000 in scholarship funds. Today, we ask you to help a student, a business owner, or an entrepreneur to realize their dream by sponsoring them, supporting them, and buying from them. Consider this. With $1.6 trillion in our Black community, we only ask for a small donation for our students, our businesses, and our entrepreneurs. And you can change a life today. So I ask you, what are you going to do? Sit on the sideline and watch our students in high school be leaders, miss out on their dream from lack of resources? Or are you going to donate to the movement and change their future and yours as well? Give us a call today at 919-308-9090. Change their life by investing with action to the Black Business Olympic Fund. The Black Business Olympics, one of the largest business showcases of Black business in the history of the world. Prepare for what's coming and dominate in economic winter. Stand strong and thrive by showcasing your great products and services globally through the Black Business Network and Black Business Olympics. The Black Business Network has showcased over 2,000 companies with over $7 billion in sales each year. Over 10 million attendees have viewed the rebroadcast each month. Through the Black Business Olympics, unique styles of business training and mentoring are turning students into business owners and entrepreneurial warriors who will dominate in any economy. Gain the ultimate advantage of the Black Business Olympics, 7 days of unbelievable topics and speakers speaking around the globe. Donate your time and experience to provide expertise and scholarships to students worldwide and change the world. Now, more than ever, new insights, tools, strategies, and capabilities are needed. This is your chance for a major presentation to the world. Fill out the form and join the more than 2,000 speakers who have presented to over 200 countries. Join the Black Business Network streaming live into the metaverse, STEM City, Black Multiverse Enterprises, Hulu, Amazon, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Apple, Facebook, LinkedIn, Pod TV, IBM TV, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. Sign up today. Spaces are limited, and we will see you there.
The Black Business Expo's mission is to raise funds for high school seniors going to college or K-12 entrepreneurs. This expo is a fundraiser for students. Please, you may go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com to donate to the scholarship fund or use the Cash App at $BBXUSA. Our goal is to give laptops and up to $5,000 to 10 students. Students can register online at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com. Every dollar counts. Please donate to the Black Business Expo USA Scholarship Fund.
You are in the right place at the right time. The Black Business Network opens again for its Black Business Olympics, a 24/7 broadcast on business, strategies, global branding, social media marketing, finance, advertisement, and much, much more. Featuring the top, most powerful entrepreneurs and speakers and thought leaders from all around the world as they gather together for this phenomenal event. Join the Black Business Network streaming live into the metaverse, STEM City USA, Black Multiverse, Pod TV, Roku, Hulu, iHeartRadio, Apple TV, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Google Podcasts, Facebook, LinkedIn, IBM TV, Spotify, and Twitch. Tune in today and be a part of this amazing movement. The Black Business Olympics welcomes you.
Art to me is a creative expression of something from nothing. You know, it explodes onto the canvas, or it explodes on in my work. One of the things that I try to do more than anything is I try to just give the lines and the movements and emotions and expressions into what I do. Art really means to me a chance to express how I feel deep down inside. Most of my art begins as a thought that I might have, you know, whether it's sports, whether it's history, whether it's a woman or a man. It pretty much starts as an idea of thought. before I get into the actual image of what I'm going to draw. I do a lot of historical pieces. I was a history minor in college, and I love to do history pieces. And a lot of times I'm thinking about history, and then I try to make that history impact you as you look at it. That's one of the reasons I do pictures so large. People ask me, why do I do the pictures so big? And I tell them, I want the piece to impact them as they're looking at it, to kind of dominate them, dominate their space. And most of my pieces I try to do off page. I don't try to do anything that's going to be in those four corners or in a square. And I want your imagination to be a part of the piece that you're looking at.
Did you know women represent just 3% of Fortune 500 CEOs and less than 15% of corporate executives at top companies worldwide? Have you wondered what the secrets are to getting into the top ranks, whether in the private or public sector? Do you want to figure out how to stop being held back in your career or passed over for promotion? Then you're in the right place. Hi, I'm Dr. Madeline Ann Lewis, President and CEO of the Executive Women's Success Institute. I have decades of experience in the military, the federal government, and corporate America, and my mission is to help women succeed and tap into their full potential. I want to reach 1 million+ women around the world to become the leaders they are meant to be. So if you want to move into a management or executive level position, or maybe you are a female veteran transitioning out of the military into business entrepreneurship, then reach out to the Executive Women's Success Institute at 301-693-3284. Let us get you on the fast track to success.
Over the past few years, we've seen the growth of existing and new initiatives focused on financial inclusion, building global networks, and reducing the wealth gap in response to the idea there's not enough seats at the table. Whether their outcomes are to increase the representation of Black executives on corporate boards, ensure an inclusive global economy, or to create new U.S. African commercial pathways, the strategies are often carried out by separate programs. The question is, should they be? With the continent of Africa being home to more than half of the world's fastest growing economies, the youngest workforce, over 400 companies generating more than $1 billion annually, 700 generating more than $500 million annually that are poised for growth, and being the destination of nearly $5 billion in venture capital in 2021. Diversifying U.S. and Africa commercial engagement by building bridges between African businesses and their U.S. diaspora should begin being seen as mutually beneficial. From helping to reduce Africa's enormous capital gap to catalyzing two-way trade opportunities, the COVID-19 global pandemic hopefully has taught us that global challenges and opportunities are more interconnected than we thought. During the pandemic, African companies like Unicorn Flutterwave, insurance provider Reliance Health, ride-hailing app Yasir, and 54Gene, the continent's first bank of DNA on people of African descent, proved that when African companies have access to networks, capital, and information, they grow big, grow fast, and create solutions that are valuable to the world. This is why Be Direct was created. We are the first U.S.-based but African-centric board preparedness and board search company designed to connect U.S. Black talent and corporations to African businesses. Unique and fundamental to Be Direct's success is our process of helping board candidates adapt their experience and networks to an African context before they're connected to high-growth companies that are looking to locally and globally scale. From our focus groups with African business execs and government leaders, we don't ignore the sentiment that business is easy, but people are hard. Having a pool of board candidates with hard-to-access networks and extensive experience across the business life cycle, including successfully raising capital, is table stakes for an initiative like this. So yes, we have that. But corporate or entrepreneurial success in the U.S. does not guarantee success in Africa. Developed alongside industry partners on the continent, our training program, Be Direct Prep, is designed to transpose their experience to create cultural comfort, understanding, and a commitment to helping businesses in Africa scale. Our board governance sessions are African continental and country specific. integrated with cultural awareness and dexterity training. Masterclasses led by African industry execs and mentoring and coaching from African continental-based facilitators. But even more unique to Be Direct Prep, we cap off our training program with an immersion trip to help candidates that have not been to Africa before see and feel Africa's complexity and opportunity from African soil. We all know traditional network-based board placement has historically left a lot of us out of ever really being in the paid board pipeline. Our strategy supports the work of many great organizations that are successfully filling seats at U.S. board tables by creating more tables for those that are still left on the sideline. It's time to start seeing the role and value of U.S. Black talent and businesses on the continent of Africa differently. Old perceptions and habits limit economic inclusion. Let's transition Black talent and the African businesses they will support from the periphery of the global economy to its core. Living in a global lockdown, we all know now how fast local and global economies can change, and see the value of having businesses that hire, strengthen local value chains, and even grow globally. Status quo in any form holds back progress. We must democratize U.S.-Africa commercial engagement by socially and economically connecting cultures that have long been disconnected. It's time for Africa's U.S. diaspora to redefine their global value by helping African businesses scale continentally and globally.
Phenomenal Tanya T. Wise, who is here from the great state of Maryland. Tanya, welcome and thank you for being with us today. Can you indulge our audience a little bit and tell them just a little bit more about who you are and what it is that you do?
Well, I love being able to talk to people and have a magnetic attitude, being able to just show them. So I always like to say, level up is Coach at Tanya T. Wise here.
So can you tell our audience, just give them a teaser about what your presentation will be about?
So my philosophy is that we should all be living our dream life. So tomorrow I'm going to talk about how you start living your dream life. What are some of the things that you thought about in your childhood that you just kind of let go and dormant?
Wow.
And I want to reignite that and just give you some pointers and some tips, some tools, some strategies to be able to start living your best life now. And guess what, Rhonda? And leave an inheritance for your legacy.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I know that's resonating with a lot of people. I've heard that you have a dynamic coaching program. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. So our coaching program help people that have the lack of time, that lack strategies, and lack the confidence to go after their dream life. So we help them implement tools, we help them implement strategies, as well as give them resources so that they can live their best life now and leave that inheritance.
Wow. Oh, I love that. I love the leave the inheritance part. Listen, you are dropping some major nuggets, and I know a lot of what you're saying is resonating with.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
Good day, business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and corporations. Welcome to the Black Business Network. My name is Kim Smith. I am your business moderator for the edition of the Black Business Network. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black businesses, Black owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders worldwide. We have speakers from North Carolina, London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, and cities all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community sharing its business knowledge to empower, inspire, and educate businesses about business. This evening, our keynote speaker is Dr. Tandra Price. Meet Tandra Price, a dramatic sales professional with over 20 years of experience, based in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, with a passion for the power of networking. Tandra believes that meaningful connections can unlock incredible opportunities. After attending numerous events that missed the mark, she saw a need to improve how people approach networking and conversation. Tandra has since empowered hundreds of entrepreneurs to build strong relationships, create opportunities, and generate residual income through her strategic approach to network development. Her experience working alongside industry leaders has expanded her expertise, and her mission is to inspire and educate entrepreneurs to achieve goals success. Beyond her network work, Tandra co-hosts group discussions, speaks on podcasts, and regularly engages at events, sharing her insights and empowering others to reach their potential. At this time, I'd like to present to you Dr. Tandra Price.
Hello. Thank you so much, Kim, for that amazing introduction. I appreciate it. I'm glad to be here at the Black Business Network today to share with you Mastering the Art of Communications.
Yes, and genius is common, and I'll see you on the other side.
Yes, thank you so much. Hello, everyone. Again, my name is Dr. Tandra Price, and I'm coming to you today to talk to you about my favorite topic, which is Mastering the Art of Communication. Just to give you just a little bit more introduction about me, I am a 2-time best-selling author. I'm the leading authority in a network strategist. My clients call me the networking ninja. I am the visionary behind Tapped In magazine, which is a global recognized publication with over 700 plus thousand online distributions. My passion is really to amplify entrepreneurs' voices to make sure that they're seen, heard, and noticed. When we really talk about how do you master the art of communication, I always like to start off with the most important communication skill is uniquely being interested in deeply understanding someone else. I know that a lot of times we don't think about it like that, but really when we think about how do you master the art of communication, it is along those particular lines. But I'm going to share with you 5 keys about how do we really master the art of communication. And I want to start off with the first one is, I always get this question, what is the best way to start a conversation? We're always trying to kind of really set up the stage when it comes to mastering the art of communication. But the very first thing is, how do you start that conversation? I get that question asked all the time. And the second one, when is the best time to network? I know a lot of times people feel like you have to network only when it comes to networking events or at conferences and things of that nature. But we're going to dive deep into that. When is the best time to network? The third one is we always have to create an action plan. You don't want to go through all the process of, mastering the art of communication, but really don't have a plan. Sometimes we call that plan the follow-up plan. Fourthly, we want to talk about creating a solid networking using LinkedIn, which is one of the platforms that we really sometimes miss out or overlook because we're thinking of LinkedIn in a whole nother different way, but not really utilizing it for networking. And the last thing, we're going to talk about how do we incorporate digital communication with this. A lot of times we have to think about how networking is an investment in your business. It takes time, but when it's done correctly, it can yield great results for years to come. A lot of us don't really think about networking as a part of our business, but it really is. Networking can always be simplified for everyone, whether you're an introvert, extrovert, whether you're in a thriving networking or in events, or if you're just having a challenging, again, starting that conversation. The strategies that I'm going to share with you today have been proven and tested, and they equip you to seamlessly integrate networking into both your business and professional life. We're going to start off with the first 4 steps of the effective communication. So step 1, remember I talked about how do you initially start the conversation. You want to make sure that when you're mastering the art of communication, that it's clear and concise. A lot of times when we go to networking events, and it may be a little bit awkward for us to go into those events, but the very first thing is you want to extend your hand out, give a firm handshake, and say hello. Really, that's it. It is that easy when it comes to starting a communication. You just want to, say hello. We're not trying to, pitch our business or anything out like that. We're just merely trying to just initiate that conversation. So whether that's through a firm handshake or whether that's through just a simple smile. The second thing you clearly kind of want to state is, what's your objective here? Did you come to the event, whether it was to, make new connections, to get new leads, to look at collaborations? You just kind of want to follow those particular steps. The third thing is we always kind of want to talk about what is it that we really want. A lot of times we don't know what it is that we want because we're so conditioned of selling our products and service. We're just really trying to get the information out, what we do, how, what our company is, but people really don't know who you are. And when you think about communication, it is really just having a simple conversation. And fourth, you really kind of want to help your, the prospects or the people that you're communicating with, why you are the person that they need to do business with. Why do they want to get your products and services? We want to talk about that. And you want to make sure that they clearly understand without making it seem forceful, without making it seem salesy or pitchy. You can do that through a conversation. And a lot of times we do it mainly when we're in the presence of our own comfort zone. But I want to talk a little bit too about platforms where you can really optimize your effective communication. And some of these, the platforms I'm going to talk about, you may be familiar with them. You probably already use some of them, but you want to make sure that you incorporate these into your daily or weekly or monthly routine. One, we use email as a really good platform, whether you're doing sending out messages or whether you're doing newsletters, which we all should be doing newsletters monthly. Slack is a really good, another platform. Microsoft Teams, if you're working with a big team, you're working with corporations, you can use this platform to do effective communication. Zoom is another major platform. Zoom or Zoom Enterprise, they have major components there that you can really structure the communication when you're especially trying to put out a mass message. You have Skype, which a lot of us really don't use that anymore, but it's still available for effective communication, especially if you're looking at international. WhatsApp is a major good platform to do communication, especially doing a lot of international connections. Google Meet, Facebook Messenger. A lot of times we don't use that messenger component when it comes to trying to put out effective communications. I know that we use Facebook because that, depending on what your audience is, but Facebook Messenger is another way that we can really use that along with the bots that we can put inside of that messenger. Twitter, Streamline, via phone. We always have our handy dandy phones in our hands. Video chat. A lot of times the way effective communications, if you're trying to put out something immediately and you can go live on a lot of these platforms, hit the button and do a major live communication. Messaging apps, team chats, LinkedIn message, which we'll get into later, but it is a really good form of communication, starting and ending and making sure that you're building relationships in that team messaging. And of course, always we do Instagram, which is a lot of people use that platform as where they really connect with their clients. So we're going to jump in. I want to go back to just a little bit more about jumping into, again, how do we start that conversation? How do we make the effective approach? And how do we keep it going? Again, I talked about introduction. You just want to simply say, hello, how are you doing? The firm handshake. You know, the best way I found too to start an effective communication is just smile. Normally and you can probably test this if you like, but if you're out and about and you're going to the stores or wherever you may be, if you just simply smile, that actually starts a conversation. And you don't even have to say something for those who don't really like to talk. But if you actually smile, it will initiate a conversation. Asking questions. A lot of times when you ask a question, it prompts a response. It prompts for you to respond to someone, and that again begins the communication. Compliments is my favorite, because a lot of times when you're giving a genuine compliment to someone, they can feel your energy. That's their energy that's going through you. And the conversation becomes just automatically. A lot of times I am a shoe lover. People know that. When I go into a shoe store, whether I'm trying on shoes or I'm walking by someone who's trying on a pair of shoes, I always say, oh my God, those shoes look amazing on you. You know, are those your dancing shoes? Are those your vacation shoes? I say something to that effect, and then the conversation immediately starts. Another favorite is people always like to ask for their advice. You can always ask people for their advice, their opinion. They love to share that, which is another great way. Humor is also another opportunity to actually start a conversation. I always put like what they call a humor joke in my pocket, because sometimes when we're in awkward situations, sometimes we don't know what to say. But if you have like just that one favorite kind of joke that can break the ice, it makes everything amazing. And looking at your observations around you. That is another way to start a conversation. I was just at the gas station the other day and the wind was just blowing and blowing. And I happened to see the gentleman across from me, and we started talking about how amazing the wind was blowing. And as we got into the conversation, he eventually asked, what did I do? And then at that time, I, was able to explain what I did in a way that did not sound sales pitchy. So you want to think about that when we're looking at, what are some different ways to start this conversation. It is merely just having a plain conversation. Don't put a lot of emphasis into it, because I think when we do that, even when we're at networking events, it kind of gets us off balance. We kind of get out of our comfort zone. We don't feel as comfortable as we would if we were just talking with a friend. And matter of fact, when you think about, mastering out of conversation, think about what you would say to your friend, or visualize your friend in front of you. I want to talk about places to network, because a lot of times, again, it's not just about networking at networking events, but there's tons of places where you can go to network. Some are conventions and conferences, professional and association meetings, trade shows and exhibits, business networking events, which that's what we're always known to do when it comes to mastering the art of communication. We always think about, I'm gonna go to this networking event. But remember, there's other places that you can network: alumni gatherings, chamber events, meetup groups. You can do that on and off line, workshops and seminars. What about career fairs? A lot of times is a really good place to network. Or even if you're looking at people to expand your network, you can go to career fairs, because we know one thing what people are looking for, and it's a perfect opportunity if you have a product or services or network marketing or whatever that may be, but you can find potential prospects there. Volunteering opportunities, Toastmasters and public speaking. What about social clubs and recreational groups? Online networking platforms. There's a ton of networking events that happen 24/7 online that you could be able to network. Community events and festivals, charities, fundraisers, and galas. We have to think about wherever we are is an opportunity. When they are, even if there's one or two people, or even if there's a crowd, there's always an opportunity. And you have to look and do a 360 panoramic view of the crowd when you're there, or when you're around a lot of people, so you can kind of pick out, who is it that I really want to connect with? Not that people, sometimes a lot of people think, the people that everybody's following them, maybe I should kind of get in that group and follow. That may not be your ideal client or ideal prospect, but you got to think about where you're at, because everywhere you go is an opportunity to network. So there's not just a certain, event. Anywhere you go is an opportunity to network. And let me tell you why, because there's so many benefits behind networking. When we establish a way to connect and continuously to keep networking in our daily activities, or in our process, or our daily routine, it can huge benefits. One, it gives us increasing our visibility. I'm huge on visibility. Tapped In Magazine, again, as I told you, I'm the founder and visionary of Tapped In Magazine. We want to make sure that your voice is amplified and heard. And we do that by increasing your visibility, by putting you on the front cover. But when you're actually in these events, you are increasing your opportunity and your chances to be seen, heard, and noticed. Again, when you're networking, you can look at ways of collaborating. There are so many other amazing entrepreneurs that are out in our sphere, and they are doing amazing things. We need to think about, how do we collaborate? Collaboration is the key of growing our business to the next level, or elevating it up to the next level. So we really have to think about collaborating. It's a huge benefit when it comes to networking. It also gives you access to resources. Now, I am the networking ninja, but I don't think, I always have room for growth. And when we think about the benefits of networking, it can give you growth opportunities, and it can give you resources to a lot of things that you may not be aware of in your business. And I always look at saying, as each entrepreneur, we need to have what we call a resource pocket. And out of those resource pockets, we should be able to pull out anything that our clients need. And that is the huge benefit of networking, because you're going to gain access to amazing resources. And also brand awareness. Some people that may not know you, because you're out and about, you can increase your brand awareness. Remember, a lot of potential clients, if they don't know you because your visibility is not that strong, they're not going to knock on your door and say, hey, let's do business. You have to make sure that you are visible out into the marketplace. And by networking, it can be such a huge benefit with your brand. It can also give you access to decision makers. A lot of times, we kind of think about, who's the dream client that you want to connect with? Who's that dream organization that you want to be in business with? The benefits of networking get you out there. Sometimes you can be in the room when you're not even in the room, because you have had that exposure, that visibility that has really put you out there to make you to be seen, heard, and noticed, and get in touch with some of those decision makers. A next one, it gives you the industry trends. We got to know what's going on out there. And a lot of times when we don't know that, combined with the resources that you get from benefit, knowing the trends that is going on. When AI came out, it was a huge trend that a lot of people, it was out there, but a lot of people really didn't know how to do it or work with it. But now, if you're out in doing the benefits of networking, it can give you those resources, those trend industries, so where you can tell your clients to be that one-stop shop. And also, again, I talk about business growth all the time. We always need to be looking at, how do we grow our business? How can we connect and grow our business in spaces that we are not familiar with? We always want to make sure that we have something in our pocket that gives us those access to growth and visibility. So we want to talk about, when we look at mastering the art of communication, we got to have an action plan. We go into a lot of things, putting our business together, our websites and all that stuff, because now that's a plan. That plan puts us in a position for people to see us. Networking puts you in a position for you to get out there and for people to draw them to you, to know more about you. Your website and all that information puts the information out there, and it puts you on a platform to where people can go. We just want to make sure that all that is aesthetically pleasing, but now you got to have a plan. Okay, now I've done all this stuff. I'm mastering the art of communication. I'm drawing people to me, but now I got to have a plan. What does that plan look like? I always say the action plan is a follow plan. That's our third thing that we want to talk about from those 5 keys. Again, you want to set goals. And when we talk about setting goals, we want those goals to be attainable goals. We want those goals to be something that you can reach, nothing that's far-fetched. We want to make sure that people can obtain those goals. And most thing that I hear about people when we talk about networking is, it doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for you because you've put this long, big goals, set these big goals that are unattainable. We want to put small goals together. We want to put small things together that we know that we can obtain on a daily basis. So when we think about setting an action plan, and let's kind of relate it to networking, let's make sure, or your networking events or your networking efforts, make sure that you set a goal. So if you go to a networking event, make sure that, one, that's the event that you need to be at, that's where your ideal clients is. What is your objection of being at that event? And what do you want to gain from that? Are you just wanting to go? What do you want to gain from that? 2, you want to make sure that you do your research. A lot of times things fail in this area because we don't do the proper research. Make sure that you know who's hosting it. How many times have they hosted? Go online to see who the host is. Get a little information about them. You know, you can always get the agenda from the speakers. Make sure that you are identifying that your clients is there. The worst thing we can do when we're trying to master the art of communication is be in the wrong place, spending all the time there, and we don't want to do that. Next, you want to prepare your introduction. When we talk about preparing your introduction, you want to prepare something that makes you memorable to the clients that you're talking to. Remember, I said memorable to the clients that you're talking to. We're not looking at ways of selling. When you go into a networking event, you're going to do that 365 panoramic view of the room. We're thinking about, how do we network? Because when we go to networking events, you're not networking for yourself, you're networking for the next person. So you want to make sure that you prepare your introduction so people can remember you. So when you call them up for your follow-up, they're going to know exactly who you are. Practice networking skills. When I talk about practicing networking skills, the very first important networking skill is to listen. I know that we're all going into these events or we're having a conversation and we're so eager to get our information out or our agenda, but we're missing the real agenda from the prospects that we're trying to connect with. So make sure the first thing is that you're listening. Ask open-ended questions. Always make sure that you can keep the conversation moving. Update your digital presence. When you go to any networking event, whether it's in person, online, make sure that all your digital presence is updated. Even if you have the conversation where someone wants to buy from you, if your payment links and things of that stuff is not working, you've missed your shot. So I always take a minute to make sure that my websites are working, that there's nothing going down with the companies that I'm working with. Make sure my CRM system, your customer relation management system, is working. I'm making sure that all my payment links is working. And a lot of times we don't take just a second to click on those things before we are actually trying to give our information to someone. Make sure that you're bringing all your essential materials. Please don't go to any event and you're not fully charged on your phone. If you need your computer, if your digital link is not working, make sure that your essential materials are working. Don't ask for a pen or anything of that nature. Make sure that you are professionally prepared when you go into any events, okay, whether it's virtual or in person. And your goal should be to at least connect with 5 people. At that event, connect with 5 people. If you're doing it virtually, you connect with 5 people online real quick. Send them a message while you're on the face, because you can do it, sending it to them personally. Or if you're in person, immediately connect with them. Say, what's the best way to connect with you? They may give you social media, LinkedIn, or whatever that way you want to connect with them immediately. And here's the quick way too. If a lot of times, if you go to an event and you're like, well, I didn't meet anybody, every event has a Facebook group. You can join their Facebook group and connect with people immediately right there. They normally do that Facebook group maybe a month ahead of time because they're trying to get conversation built up inside that group. You can go along, join the group, see who's a part of it, and then immediately start connecting with them, because that's an easy way. So when you get into the actual networking event, then it's not uncomfortable because you've already met them. Now, here's where all the money happens, because we got to do a follow-up plan. Once we've done all of that information, we have to do a follow-up plan. Remember, I said you want to make sure that you connect with them immediately on all their social media platforms. Ask them what is the best way to connect with them. That's the only way that you're going to master the art of communication, if you know how to connect with the prospect that you're actually looking to connect with. Schedule a meeting immediately. I always put in my phone, and I know that, depending on what phone you have, iPhone or Samsung, it doesn't matter. There's a way that you can put your already made message inside that phone. Clap your phone in there. So after you meet them, you can already schedule, hey, are you available Tuesday, Thursday of next week? And you can put your link in there. But schedule a meeting, because within 24 to 48 hours, you are forgotten about if you have not made a connection, because life goes on. There's so many things that's happening in everyone's life. So we have to make sure that we are connected immediately. Connect with them on all social media. Even if they gave you a best way to connect with them. Say, for instance, they gave you Facebook. to connect with them. Okay, so most people, they have Instagram, they have TikTok, they have Twitter. Remember the places that I told you that are good for you to be on those particular platforms? Connect with them immediately. And the reason why you want to connect with them, because you want to get to know a little bit more about them before you actually have the meeting. Make sure that you have a robust CRM system, customer relation management system. If you don't have one, please connect with me, tappedinmagazine.org, and we'll make sure that we get you one. But you want to have a good CRM system, because you can have your CRM system built right into your connections, your scheduled meetings. So after you've actually said, okay, when is the best time to connect with you, all of their information immediately goes into the CRM. And let me tell you why that's so important, because now you can start sharing relevant information with them, resources with them. Remember, we're building up the follow-up plan, and we want to make sure that our prospect understands that we've paid attention, that networking skill, that we listened and paid attention to them by providing them with resources that could be beneficial with them. Because see, the huge thing is that we're trying to stay engaged. You want to make sure that you're engaging with them all up into the meeting. A lot of times we will set a meeting and we don't say anything else. You know, it's just peeps until we actually hit till that meeting comes. But what makes it more important, if you've actually been engaging, sending them resources, they're going to be more amped to have that conversation with you. A lot of times we set appointments and we don't do any follow-up within that appointment. Then again, we're forgotten about. This is a follow-up process that has been proven and tested. We set the meeting. We follow them on social media. We then turn around and put them into our CRM system. So now we can send them related information that relate to their process, because now I'm staying engaged with them. And then the last thing I do is I set a calendar reminder, not just for that meeting, but I set it for 3 additional meetings after that. Because again, the first meeting is going to be more of an introduction. How'd you like the event? Second meeting is going to be more of a little bit like, you know, what kind of clients are you looking for? And then that third meeting normally should be a meeting where you would be able to have an opportunity to now sell your products and services to them. But we have to keep that going. The follow-up, when they truly say the money's in the follow-up, the money's in the communication. You can call it follow-up, but I'm going to call it the money's in the communication. How I stay actively connected to the person that I've connected with is where the money's going to be. Okay? When you think about effective communicators, I always like to share, you know, what kind of communicator are you and what kind of communicator are you looking for when you go into a networking event? I'm going to run through these really quickly. So I hope you have your pen and paper. The first one is a social butterfly. Whether you're in person or in virtually, these are all communicators that work the same. Social butterfly is the person who's going to be, you know, I don't want to say the loudest, but the person who's going to be the most energetic, that's talking, that's drawing people over to them, telling them, hey, come over here, you know, let me introduce you. That social butterfly may be a person that is you, or maybe a person in the networking event that you want to connect with, because you know that they are talking to other people and then they can connect you with people. The second one is the experts. When you go into a networking event, you have people who are just expert in their field. They're not looking to network. They're there just to tell you information about what they do. They're not going to do anything else. They're not going to try to network. They're just going to be in a huddle group, maybe with their hands crossed, just kind of telling other people what they do. The third one is FOMO. This is where people are fear of missing out. So you're going to find these people wanting to know what's the next networking event. Where are we going after this event? You know, so these are the people who you're going to always see at different events, because they want to make sure that they don't miss out on any information. But the key to this particular communicator is, are you gathering information? Not just attending the events, which is good because you're being visible, but let's make sure that we're gaining something. The fourth one is digital networkers. These are people, whether you're in person or in virtual, they're only going to connect with you on a digital platform. They're not going to want to pass business cards. They're not going to want to, you know, do the small chat. They are more techie, and they're going to only want to talk on a digital platform. The fifth one is you have buffet eaters. A lot of times people just go to a lot of these events just to eat the food, have an after-hour drink. It's been a long day, but these are the ones that are going to be more at the end of the buffet line. And it's good to be at the end of the buffet line than at the beginning, because you're going to get all the information. The information just trickles back down to the end of the buffet line. And so by that time, when you get to the front, you'll know who to talk to, where to go to, and of that nature. The next one is relationship builders. These are people who are definitely going to just build relationships. They're going to make sure that they, again, are seen, heard, and noticed, but they're building relationships. They're basically collecting information. So therefore they can follow up later. The next one is collaborators. These are people who have events, maybe conferences or things of that nature, and they're looking for people to collaborate together, maybe bring their products and service, maybe set up a booth or something of that nature, but they're looking for collaborators. And the last one is innovators. They're looking for what is the new thing. They're future forward thinkers. They're looking at what's happening in the future. What can we put together? What are they putting together that maybe you want to chime into? We have to think about what those communicators are. Now, the cool thing about this is you have to determine, are you one of those effective communicators, or do you want to be connected to one of those communicators? That's a decision when we think about effective communication, because that's going to set you up to be able to do and help the clients that you need. We want to jump into LinkedIn real quick, because LinkedIn is a platform, again, that is so overly looked, and a lot of times we don't think about it, but it has over 810 million users on LinkedIn, and it is a free platform. I want to say this again real quickly. It has over 810 million users on LinkedIn, and it's a free platform that a lot of us overlook. Yes, LinkedIn used to be, and it still is, where you can find amazing career job opportunities, but it's a really good way of starting a communication and keeping your effective communication going. We just want to make sure that we have a few things that are in connect to make sure that the communication is still being connected. One, you want to make sure that your profile picture is good. It's a professional picture. You want to make sure that your headline represents what you do. Do not have a blank headline, because that does not help you. Make sure that your headline represents what you do. Make sure that you have some highlights. Again, maybe some videos, you talking in person, put some reels on there. Make sure that your summary speaks to what you do. Even if you're an entrepreneur, you can actually put into your summary some things that you do, some things that you have changed. Don't make it so jobby like, but you want to make sure, as an entrepreneur, how can I help you? How can you help solve the problem? And you want to make sure that you put that in there. In your experience, again, I've helped, Fortune 500 companies. I've, raised over $1 million, whatever that may be. You want to make sure that you show your experience. Also, on the skills side of it, make sure that you are going through there and listing all your skills. And matter of fact, get some endorsements on your skills. Because a lot of times when people endorse you, it makes a huge difference when you think about mastering the art of communication. Education, we need to put every type of education. Remember, I talked about the benefits of network is getting that professional growth. You want to make sure that you have some professional education growth. List everything that you have in there. Certifications as well. Make sure that you're getting certifications. Go out and get certifications. If you don't have any certifications, go out and get some and add them on there. Also, recommendations. If someone can recommend you on what you've done for them or the amazing impact that you have done for them, amazing. Make sure that you do that as well. We talked about volunteer services and causes. A lot of times when people look at your profile on the LinkedIn, they want to know what you're passionate about, what your heart is about. And that's where you can put that into your volunteer and causes. We also want to make sure that we're highlighting our media experts. If you've been in any magazines such as TAPIN, TAPIN magazine, you want to make sure that you're putting your cover picture there. Talk about your article in there. Put the month and year you were in there. If you've been on some of our press release, make sure that you're adding your press release in there. Anything that can highlight and hype what you're doing, to say that when people go through there, it's showing your credibility and your authority in your industry. And make sure that you stay engaged with people when it comes to LinkedIn. A lot of times we just don't do it. We don't want to stay engaged, but the global visibility is what we need. And let me tell you why. When we talk about switching it from mastering the art of communication, giving you all those components to what you need, then we jump into how we make that money. You know what? A lot of us want to have some commas, some zeros behind those commas. We call them cousins, right? Then we want to go up into how do we take this and put it on a platform that's free that has over 810 million users on it. And those are giving you the straight decision makers. It's a difference when you think about LinkedIn, because it's not like some of the other social medias. You have an opportunity to jump into their email, their inbox, and have a personal conversation with them versus on a lot of other different platforms. I want to switch our hands real quick to global visibility. That's where Tapped In magazine comes in. And let me tell you why it's so important. Again, we have over 700 plus line distributions. We are in a lot of different markets. Tapped In magazine does a lot of collaboration. It's not just a magazine. We're having fun, but we're also expanding our network and getting you in front of a lot of other network or decision makers that maybe you haven't had an opportunity to do. But we're always looking at cross-pollination when we come to our publication. The key benefits is that it really matters because it puts you, your visibility, it puts you in a position that matters the most. A lot of times we don't think about that. Statistics says entrepreneurs, even business owners, need to be in publications anywhere between 12 to 14 times a year. We need to make sure that we are circulating those publications. Every time one of your prospects or clients are looking, they can find you in those publications because you are giving your authority and your credibility the visibility that it needs. That's why it matters the most. Again, it strengthens your brand. It strengthens your brand when you are on a global scale within, again, such as Tapped In magazine. It's going to strengthen your brand because that's a global publication. It's getting you in Nigeria, Africa, just like we're here on the Black Business Expo. It's giving you that exposure that you need to put you in different markets. It also helps you to amplify your voice. It helps you to reach audience and make your message so impactful. And then again, it puts you on multiple platforms. It extends your reach way across other platforms that you would have never imagined that it would do. And we have to think about this when we're thinking about mastering the art of communication. Again, this is a daily process that you use. When we talk about global, let's think the Black Business Network is a global. We, Tapped In magazine, are collaborating or collaborations with the Black Business Network. We and Black Business Network and Tapped In magazine together. So just imagine this amazing, huge platform that we are putting you on, and then we're putting you inside a magazine. See, a magazine turns into a statement piece. We look at magazines and we put them in when you go into like your conferences or you go into your meeting. How amazing is it that you can leave something tangible in their hands that they can remember you by? Remember when I said one of the keys in mastering the art of communication is how do you make yourself memorable? You go to a meeting, have an amazing, successful meeting. It gets you into doors that, you know, you wouldn't normally be able to get into. And then you leave a amazing, beautiful, hardcover, Tapped In magazine publication with a 2-page spread talking about your business. We've amplified your voice. We're highlighting your voice. When they put you or when they're looking for you and they Google you, they can find that you're under Tapped In magazine. So we got to think about when we master the art of communication, these are the components that we look for. These are the components that your client is looking for. They're not looking for, you know, you've been here a little bit. We're looking for what is the longevity? What is your plan for the future? How can I incorporate my business inside of what you're doing? And this is where we come into mastering the art of communication. We're looking for those walking billboards. We're looking for people to help us be in the rooms that we're not in yet. And that's what, again, Tapped In magazine does for you. We put you in the rooms that you're not quite in yet because we're giving you a global exposure. Black Business Network is putting you in the room when you're not there. And this is how you master the art of communication because we're incorporating, we're connecting those into our daily routine on a daily basis. And we're using one of the major platforms. When you talk about, I want to, you know, I have an idea of being a part of this organization, but this is how we put you into these organizations. Again, we start out with, again, a platform that it has 810 million users. Our LinkedIn Bootcamp shows you how to authentically do that. Our bootcamp shows you how to master your profile, your LinkedIn profile so you can have the conversation. So when you have those SEOs, that it's hitting the key optimization. So when people are pulling you up, that they know exactly who you are. This is what we do when it comes to mastering the art of communication. We want to make sure that you are where you need to be and the conversation can go seamlessly, flow into the things that you needed to do. But when we think about it, we have to make sure that we have the right tools and the right tools and the right platforms that we need in order to do that. And by mastering the art of communication, this is what it allows you to do. So let us be able to work with you with the Tapped In Magazine. And you can go to our website. It's TAPIN magazine.org. You can go there. You can find out and look at all of our other publications. You can look at how you can get into our boot camp. You can look at a part of the events that we do throughout the year. We do some amazing events, again, that get you in front of an audience that you may or may not get in front of. It helps you to cross-pollinate your community that you need to be able to cross-pollinate with. So go to Tap In, that's TAPIN magazine.org. And then we can also, do a one-on-one, and we can talk about the importance of, all those 5 steps, all those key steps about how do you really master the art of communication, and how can master the art of communication really help my business? We know we need it. We know we need it because it's a must. We know that we need to be able to network, but how do we do that effectively and efficiently in order to network so people can understand exactly what my business is? And we can actually put you on platforms, speaking platforms, again, to get you even more exposure. Tapped In Magazine has the opportunity to not only just put you in magazine, podcast, TV, news press. We have multiple things that we do. We even have some of our potential clients who are wanting to get into certain events. We can get you to go to those events, and you can be the spokesperson and amplify your business at the same time. So we want to make sure that you are part of mastering the art of communications, and we want to make sure that we give you those skills and opportunities to do that as well. We want to make sure that you are what? Seen, heard, and noticed. And we're going to do that in as many ways as that we can. And we want to make sure that you are just as efficient when it comes to going to networking events, whether it's virtual or in person. We want to make sure that you are doing and maximizing your time. We want to make sure that you're having fun, that you're loving it, you're enjoying what you're doing, and people can see that energy coming from you when you're there. So make sure that you, again, connect with us at Tapped In Magazine. I'm going to spell it out again. It's TAPIN magazine.org. We'll also be doing a lot of major events. And matter of fact, if you want to be a part of our Christmas edition, we're throwing a special opportunity. Now, let me tell you about our Christmas edition because I'm so super excited about that. When you look at the holidays, it's coming to the end of the year, and you want to give your clients an amazing gift, even a stocking stuffer for your family. We have a lot of clients who's a part of our Christmas edition. We're running an amazing special that you cannot not take advantage of. You have to go to TAPIN magazine.org, and you can get all the information. But if you're looking for something to give to your clients at the end of the year, what an amazing gift that you can give them with you being on the front cover of a global publication, which is Tapped In Magazine. And then you can actually utilize that to promote yourself going into 2025 with what you have doing. And a lot of times we think about, the publications. You can also put some clients inside that publication. Or even if you're looking to advertise, you got an advertising, we're going to do what we call a book club in our upcoming magazine. And for those who want to if you've done an anthology or if you have written your own book and you want to put it into a different audience, we're going to do something really sweet and special. It's going to be called the book club, because I know a lot of times we don't think about that when it comes to what's out there. How do we support and help other people? But again, we're trying to get the resources that is out there. So people are telling their stories. And a lot of times we don't get to hear those stories, but we're going to do a book club. And the book club is going to allow you to be able to search some of the books that have been done for 2024. How did these amazing entrepreneurs amplify their business? How did they level up in their business? We want to know. We want to know that secret sauce, right? We want to know what the secret sauce is of how they were able to elevate their business. So we're going to make sure that we do a book club, so you can be on the lookout for that. If you want to be a part of the book club, just let us know. Again, our team is ready and available. You go to Tap In, that's TAPIN magazine.org. You can go there and get information about our publications, all of the covers of people who's on it, some of the events we're a part of. You can get our Christmas special. It's only going to last for a certain amount of time. So you want to make sure that you jump in as soon as possible as you can. So make sure that you jump in on that. Pay attention to the book club, because we want to make sure that, you know, you're getting some of these resources that we have available. Go to Tap In, TAPIN magazine.org.
Dr. Price, we salute you. Thank you so very much. Thank you for being with us and sharing this invaluable information. Your expertise is on point, and I really enjoyed everything that you shared with us today. So at this time, I just wanted to give you a little moment after I said that, if there's anything else that you want to say in closing.
No, listen, I'm looking forward to, again, connecting with each and every one of you. Go to our boot camp. Be a part of our Christmas holiday edition. Again, Tapped In Magazine, TAPIN magazine.org. And I'll see you.
Absolutely. And genius is common. And we'll see you at the top on the other side. Thank you.
Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school, all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black business. I am Black business. Are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina.
Join Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world.
Prepare for what's coming and dominate in economic winter. Stand strong and thrive by showcasing your great products and services globally through the Black Business Network and Black Business Olympics. The Black Business Network has showcased over 2,000 companies with over $7 billion in sales each year. Over 10 million attendees have viewed the rebroadcast each month. Through the Black Business Olympics, unique styles of business training and mentoring are turning students into business owners and entrepreneurial warriors who will dominate in any economy. Gain the ultimate advantage of the Black Business Olympics, 7 days of unbelievable topics and speakers speaking around the globe. Donate your time and experience to provide expertise and scholarships to students worldwide and change the world. Now, more than ever, new insights, tools, strategies, and capabilities are needed. This is your chance for a major presentation to the world. Fill out the form and join the more than 2,000 speakers who have presented to over 200 countries. Join the Black Business Network streaming live into the Metaverse, STEM City, Black Multiverse Enterprises, Hulu, Amazon, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Apple, Facebook, LinkedIn, Pod TV, IBM TV, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. Sign up today. Spaces are limited, and we will see you there.
The Black Business Network and Black Business Olympics are essential platforms for Black business owners globally. They provide the tools and support you need to succeed in today's competitive marketplace. Join us today as we collaborate together with businesses from around the world to support our children, students, and young future entrepreneurs, Black businesses and corporations. We raise funds for students going to college and young entrepreneurs who are aspiring to be business owners, and we invite you to be a contributor today. Visit the website www.blackbusinessexpousa.com to connect with and learn more about how the Black Business Network and Black Business Olympics can help you not only share your amazing business story to businesses, but also serve future generations. Hello, my name is David Jones, CEO and co-founder of the Hello LLC, where we help businesses build a culture, brand and experience, and leverage technology to pivot into Web3. Join the Black Business Network streaming live into Roku, Metaverse, STEM City, Black Multiverse Enterprises, Hulu, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Apple, Facebook, LinkedIn, Spotify, Twitch, and Google Podcasts. Tune in, turn on, and let's thrive.
What if you could build your own city? A place where every child can find nurturing people to help them achieve their full potential. A place where every adult can access job training support. Where health education is abundant. Where social justice ruled the land. A place without limitations. Welcome. You have arrived at STEM City USA. It is what every city should be. A safe and trusted community where you find people and resources to help you become everything you are and beyond. STEM City is unlike anything you have ever experienced. It is a digital twin of the world around you, only better. STEM City is about energy and soul renewal. It is more than a digital world. You can almost feel the power of live cultural events, music, and theater. STEM City promises a better future for children, with caring mentors and hands-on activities, with dedicated tutors to support our youth. STEM City is your passport to a healthy lifestyle, with weekly events addressing our community's many issues. STEM City is your financial well-being, with helpful information on wealth management, career advancement, job training, and so much more. STEM City is the community you deserve. It is the city where your dreams can come true. STEM City USA, a place in the sky that is accessible to all who reach for the stars.
Artist to me is a creative expression of something from nothing. You know, it explodes onto the canvas, or it explodes on in my work. One of the things that I try to do more than anything is I try to just give the lines and the movements and emotions and expressions into to what I do. Art really means to me a chance to express how I feel deep down inside. Most of my art begins as a thought that I might have, you know, whether it's sports, whether it's history, whether it's a woman or a man. It pretty much starts as an idea of thought before I get into the actual image of what I'm going to draw. I do a lot of historical pieces. I was a history minor in college, and I love to do history pieces. And a lot of times I'm thinking about history, and then I try to make that history impact you as you look at it. That's one of the reasons that I do pictures so large. People ask me, why do I do the pictures so big? And I tell them, I want the piece to impact them as they're looking at it, to kind of dominate them, dominate their space. And most of my pieces I try to do off page. I don't try to do anything that's going to be in those four corners or in a square. And I want your imagination to be a part of the piece that you're looking at.
Sometimes you got to hear the news from the Black perspective, and more specifically, Black publishers. And that's exactly why you have to download the HeyTie app, the largest mobile app delivering breaking news, videos, and podcasts from 200 of your favorite Black publishers. Yes, 200 Black publishers delivering news as it happens, literally all in one app. Go to HAYTI.com or download the app in the Google Play Store or Apple App Store. It's completely free, along with information that you can trust, so go check them out.
Follow the Brand TV broadcast host, Grant McGaugh, as he visits with top executives and entrepreneurs to find out their secrets of success with their personal brand. Follow the Brand TV broadcast host as he focuses on brand development to build better relationships, bring value to your business, relationships, and career. You will enjoy listening to each episode that is tailored to speak to you directly. If you're looking for this type of clarity in terms of building your brand, you have tuned into the right station. Each episode will help you to shape a conversation in the 5-star BDM network of 20,000 professionals and become a springboard for your corporate engagement and business opportunities. Each guest will frame their story in the areas of personal branding, business development, career development, financial empowerment, and technology innovation. Grant McGaugh explains why he is the CEO and owner of his own professional career. Grant is an accomplished business leader and entrepreneur who wants to give back to individuals to grow their personal brand strategy. Tune in as he weaves his story about new possibilities, while to you exceed expectations. If you love storytelling, this show will make for fun.
I'm Ramon Ray, founder of Smart Hustle Magazine and smallbiztechnology.com.
You're here today to celebrate small business success. Stand up on your feet. You rocked the house. It was amazing. Didn't we learn? For me, success comes from failure. One thing not to do is shake somebody's hand like this.
Phenomenal Tanya T. Wise, who is here from the great state of Maryland. Tanya, welcome and thank you for being with us today. Can you indulge our audience a little bit and tell them just a little bit more about who you are and what it is that you do?
Well, I love being able to talk to people and have a magnetic attitude, being able to just show them. So I always like to say, level up is Coach at Tanya T. Wise here.
So can you tell our audience, just give them a teaser about what your presentation will be about?
So my philosophy is that we should all be living our dream life. So tomorrow I'm going to talk about how you start living your dream life. What are some of the things that you thought about in your childhood that you just kind of let go and dormant?
Wow.
And I want to reignite that and just give you some pointers and some tips, some tools, some strategies to be able to start living your best life now. And guess what, Wanda? And leave an inheritance for your legacy.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I know that's resonating with a lot of people. I've heard that you have a dynamic coaching program. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. So our coaching program help people that have the lack of time, that lack strategies, and lack the confidence to go after their dream life. So we help them implement tools, we help them implement strategies, as well as give them resources so that they can live their best life now and leave that inheritance.
Wow. Oh, I love that. I love the leave the inheritance part. Listen, you are dropping some major nuggets, and I know a lot of what you're saying is resonating with a lot of people, but I think we're all curious. How did you even make this transition into the speaking and coaching arena? What's the story behind this?
So I started out in finance, and I realized that a lot of people don't necessarily go after their dream life because of the lack of finances or the education behind finances. But it wasn't until I lost my firstborn, my only son, that life changed for me. And where I was going after it all, living the corporate life, hit my 6-figure income and living in my dream house with my dream man, driving my dream car. I nearly lost it all when I lost my son. And so I realized it only takes one financial catastrophe that can change your entire life. That's what made me start All New Beginnings. Because no matter what's going on in life, there's a new beginning. And because of that, we develop a program called Wise Minded. My little slogan is, don't just dream it, let's live it.
If they want to connect with you or work with you, what is the best ways for them to be able to do that?
Well, for my social media guru, you can connect with me on every single social media platform as Tanya T. Wise.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
Good day, everyone. Business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and corporations. Welcome to the Black Business Network. My name is Kim Smith. I'm your business moderator for this edition of the Black Business Network. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black businesses, Black owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders worldwide. We have speakers from North Carolina, London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, and cities all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community sharing its business knowledge to empower, inspire, and educate businesses about business. We're doing a fireside chat at this time with Rashad Webb. I present to you Rashad Webb. Genius is coming.
Hey everyone, it's Grant McGaw, CEO of 5-Star BDM and host of the award-winning Follow the Brand podcast and TV series, where I help you to build a 5-star brand that people will follow. My genius is personal brand development through intelligent communication and helping you achieve your business and career goals. I am a requested speaker on digital technology and brand development issues. I want to work with you to increase the value of your current opportunities while attracting new ones. Every one of you is unique, and we all share challenges that can be addressed through smart branding. As a super connector, I work with you as an executive coach to guide you along the complicated business and career development road, providing the enhancement tools and information you need to succeed. Together, I will help you succeed in today's challenging business climate. I will evaluate and measure your progress. Best of all, I am right alongside you every step of the way. Build the brand called you. Genius.
Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school, all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina. Sign up today at www.
I am Black Business.
Welcome back. Rashad Webb, we're going to have a fireside chat at this time. Welcome back. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing fine. Thank you for joining us today. I'm going to ask you a few questions and see if we can give the audience some information about you and your expertise, okay?
Absolutely.
That sound good?
That sounds fabulous.
Okay, well, let's start out by saying, can you tell us about your journey into early childhood education and what inspired you to become an educator and a child care provider?
Ooh, good question. First of all, thank you for inviting me. I think this is an amazing opportunity to be here. I started at the age of 16 and being African-American young lady at the early age of 5, I was always helping people. And I was always done with my work first and wanted to help. So I knew I wanted to be a teacher, and I was always the bossy one. And so when I was in high school, I was fortunate enough to go and do early childhood development classes during my high school sessions, and then I would transfer to my work. So I was able to do like a work study program at the age of 16. And I was babysitting before. And so children even when I was a child, childcare has just always been my life, and that's just been my life's work. And I am 100% committed to this profession, and that's just my God-given. It's a gift. People always say, "Oh, it's a gift." No, this is a gift, and it shows in everything that I do. So I started at the age of 16, and I just knew this is where I was supposed to be.
Wonderful. That's fabulous that you knew so early on exactly what you wanted, and you went on and pursued it.
Yes.
That's excellent. So this kind of leads into the next question. With a master's degree in early childhood and adult education, how has your educational background influenced your work as a coach and trainer?
Good question. It has influenced me because I'm able to use jargons that we were taught at the university level, and I'm able to bring it down to those that might not be able to go to school. I was fortunate enough to go to a Catholic university, and then transferred to Walden University. I went to University of Incarnate Word here in San Antonio, and I went to Walden online. And so I was able to bring what my professors taught me. I was able to bring it home to those that weren't able to attend college or didn't think college was for them. I always push going to school. I'm a believer in education, especially for my brothers and sisters out there who don't feel it's necessary. I am a big believer in going to school, getting that college degree, because it really does set you apart. So I'm able to take what my professors taught me, plug it into my training sessions, and mentor and coach young ladies and young men who are just like, I don't know what I want to do. And so I become the mother hen to some of them, and I try to give them what I can.
That's great. That's amazing. So thank you thank you for your service, because it's more of a service, because it is, really a commitment that you've made.
Yeah. Yes, for sure.
It really is. So let's go on to the next question. What motivated you to start Rainbow Children's Station Northwest and Rainbow Institute of Child Care Education? And what are your primary goals for both of these organizations?
So Rainbow Institute of Child Care Education, which is my child care training and consulting company, I started that in 2012. And what motivated me to do that was I love teaching and I love talking. So why not get paid to do both? And childcare just spews out of my lips. Interaction with children, it just comes out of me naturally, even when I try to ignore it. And so I wanted to be a trainer that was entertaining. None of my classes are boring. Very entertaining, very engaging with my participants, and they love that. They love someone who is involved in early childhood. Rainbow Children's Station Northwest is my center, is my child care center, and people love the fact that I am relatable, that I have a program, and I can relate to what they're saying on a trainer level, as well as someone who's in the classroom dealing with behaviors, assessing our children, making sure that our children are on target. There's just a lot that we do. So individuals love that I am relatable. There's a lot of coaches out there that aren't working in a childcare center, and so they're getting their content somewhere. Mine is based on the job training with my kids, with my staff, even with their families. And so people love that I am relatable.
Absolutely. Well, we look for folks that we can get along with, right? That understand and are willing to listen to us, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So thank you for that. I mean, that's just amazing. It really, really is. And it's hard to find some of those skills in some businesses these days.
Yes.
But you got it. Okay. So thank you for
Thank
sharing.
you.
Okay. So you've been recognized with accolades like the Educator of the Yard Award. What does this recognition mean to you, and how has it impacted your career?
Being recognized as the Educator of the Year award, which I'm up for the same award again in February, it lets me know that someone else has viewed my hard work as admirable and award worthy. Being blatantly honest, early childhood and anyone in education, we are the lowest paying group, but yet we are the most effective, and that's backwards. We should be getting paid as, people in, the 1 percentile, because we help shape those minds, right? We help shape the business leaders. We help shape the engineers and the sports figures. We taught them how to hold the ball and how to work their reflexes to grab the ball and hold it and then throw it back. But we get paid lower and less than them. So for me, I spread that message as an Educator of the Year. I'm able to use that to say, okay, not only do I have the education background, but someone thought worthy enough of me to be awarded Educator of the Year. So apparently she's got some clout. Apparently she's got some wisdom that we can listen to, and wisdom that is award worthy. So for me, I don't look at it as, ooh, the award. I look at it as just another accolade that God has blessed me with. And I just use it. I apply it to resumes and that kind of thing. But my award comes in my work. It comes in when I'm with the kids and I'm doing my Mama Sean Facebook lives with our kids, and we're doing our Circle Time lives, and I'm training all over the state and some parts of the country. That's my award. That's my reward. So that award to me is just another symbol of I'm worthy. Someone else has deemed me worthy to receive it.
Wow, great question. Great question, great answer. I'm glad you shared with us. Because it seems like when you see the children making progress, you're being fulfilled.
Yes, absolutely.
Very much so.
Yes, it does my heart good, because most of their parents don't get to see those moments of success. They don't get to see those aha moments that I was able to skip, run, or jump, or even stand. We've caught our babies standing and walking for the first time. We were able to catch those moments, and we were able to send them to the parents, and they're like, oh my God, they walked and y'all saw it. And, that's a moment that we're able to capture and share and put it on Facebook and, all those different things that most parents can't get. So we love that we can capture those memories.
Absolutely. So I sound like I've got a question that's related to you working abroad. So you recently provided specialization training for Head Start Region 2 in the Virgin Islands.
So that conference,
can you share with us that experience?
So that actually is happening later on this week. But I will say the act of getting it all together, you're never 100% sure that your trainings, when you submit proposals, are going to be successful or you're going to be accepted. And so I just took a stab in the dark. I saw and I was like, okay, I'm right under the deadline mark. And so St. Thomas is on my bucket list. And so I submitted it. And then like maybe a month later, I found that I was approved for it. And I was shocked and I couldn't believe it. I was kind of like, So we are excited to be making that journey here soon. Head Start is a phenomenal program that really hones in on the science of early childhood. And I'm thankful that I was honored and chosen to present my knowledge and my skill and a love for this industry. So I'm excited.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. And this kind of leads into the next question as well.
Okay.
How do you tailor your coaching to meet the needs of diverse audiences across different states and regions?
Ooh, good question. So I am 100% based on what does my client need. I can go into any childcare classroom and I can automatically tell what is needed in the classroom. When you have almost 30 years experience of ups and downs, you have that eye. And so automatically I might see something, but my opinion of what I see doesn't matter, because I'm 100% on my client. What do you need from me? It's almost like Olivia Pope. She's like, what do you need? What can I do for you? Even though she might see something different. What do you need from me? And so that's what I do with my clients. And if they say, well, if you see something and I'm ready to I'm ready to put my paper out and my notepad, and this is what I saw. And we work together, because I grew up in a time where we didn't have coaches. We didn't have trainers. We didn't have individuals that will sit with you and coach you. And so I do that. I sit with them and I go over it with them, and I don't belittle any of my clients, and we sit and we figure out a plan that works for them. So, I've been fortunate enough to coach people here in San Antonio, where I'm from, and Texas, and I've been able to coach clients outside of Texas. And so it is an honor to do that, but I'm 100% client based. What my client needs is how we start and customize our plans.
Wow. That's amazing. That's amazing. So you can get custom service.
Custom service. Yes.
Custom service.
That's right.
Okay, so let's give you a final question here. Managing challenging behaviors in young children is a common issue. Yes. What practical strategies do you teach child care providers to handle these situations effectively?
That's a good question too. So, believe it or not, my specialization is not in special education or challenging behaviors. And so what I did learn over the course of almost 30 years is that every child thinks differently. And there's a challenging behavior because there's something going on in the child's brain that they're not able to understand or comprehend or tell you, the educator, something's wrong with me. And so, believe it or not, I start with a hug, a love tap, a kiss on the forehead, just to kind of break the ice before we start delving into challenging behaviors. Not everybody agrees with that method, but I need the child to understand I'm here to help. And they call me Mama Sean. So I let them know Mama Sean is here to help. Mama Sean is not here to, put you in timeout or thinking time. And so when I teach other educators, I let them know we need to get on the child's level. We can't come in raining down fury on them. We need to get to their level, talk at a voice that is calming for them, and figure out, okay, now what happened? And it's in that moment that they're able to let their guard down. And when I teach it to teachers, they're able to let their guard down and say, well, Mama Sean, I'm having issues with this. I'm like, wait, it's about the child, not you. Slow down. It's not about you. It's about the child. So we'll deal with your issues in a minute. But first, we're talking about what's going on with the kids. And so I teach the teachers to get that on their level. Take your brain out of it. Yes, what they did was wrong. Take your brain out of it. Now, get into the child's brain. Let's find out what happened. Let's look at that surroundings. Let's look at other behavior issues. Let's look at what's going on at home. Let's look at you. Did you have did you come in being mean and harsh, or did you come in, being kind, and your words were slow and your words were soft, so that way the child can open up to you. And it was when those moments that you have those conversations with educators that they realize, I don't know how to talk to a child. I don't know how to handle a child that has a special need, or handle a child that has a discipline issue. And so from there, we break down what the problem is. We meet with the parents, and so there's just a lot of ways that we can do it. And my one way is we're not going to put children on medication. We're going to find out the root of the problem, whether they need a sensory break, whether they need to go kind of relax somewhere with a juice box and their teddy bear and just veg out for a minute. And those are the principles and the things that I teach our teachers, is that really dig into what's wrong with the child, really dig into what happened, what surrounded the situation. And a lot of educators don't have those moments. They don't have those trainers that talk with them about that. And so I'm thankful that my heart leads that discussion, not science, not, the fact that they're angry at this child, but my heart leads that. And when your heart leads those heart conversations, then you're bound to get something out of it better than you would if you were coming in being upset and angry at the behavior. We have a lot of behavioral issues in our industry, a lot of behavioral issues in the education system as a whole. And so for me, I put my heart into it. I embrace this child. I've had him yell. I've had him spit. I've had him growl. I've had him cuss. I've had him, and we're talking 5 and under. But the one thing that they have not dealt with is someone saying, okay, are you finished? Now, let me give you a hug. And they're fighting and fighting and fighting. And after a while, you start to feel that resistance, that wall go down. And you, just like just like with adults, you start to see that wall go down. Next thing you know, you start to feel the shoulders, and they start crying and they just relax. And I always say, I got you. Mama Sean's got you. I'm not going to let nothing happen to you. And I teach that same philosophy to other educators. And it's in that moment that child now knows that they can relate to you. That child knows that someone believes in me, someone is on my side, and they're able to open up more about why they did that behavior. So those are just kind of methods that I teach other childcare providers, that some of them take them and some of them don't, but they always come back asking for more.
Well, we want to thank you today for sharing and being here with us, for having the conversation with me. And I want to make sure that we know how to contact you. Is there a website or phone number that you can leave?
Yes. There is. There's a lot. There's a lot, actually. So I'm going to see if I can go through them. So my website is rainbowchildcarelearning.com. We are in the process of adding blogs and videos and some cool things right now. We are on Facebook, Rainbow Institute of Childcare Education as well. My phone number is 210-315-1206. I'm the one that answers. There's no bot or a computer-based admin. It is me. I answer the phone. You can call or text, or you can just simply email me at rainbowchildcarelearning@gmail.com. I check my emails all the time, and I'm constantly handling situations. So if this is something you're looking for, I am your girl.
Thank you again. So genius is common, and I'll see you on the other side.
Bye.
Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school, all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support black business because I am black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am black business.
I am black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am black business. I am black business. Are you black business? I am black business. Do you support black businesses? I support black business because I am black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina.
Join Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school, all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am black business. I am black business. Tell me, are you black business? Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of black business in the world.
How many times have you been asked to help someone you didn't even know, a student, a business entrepreneur, or did you ever even ask, where did they end up? That business, that friend, that entrepreneur. Well, just maybe they ended up in a gang, bankrupt, homeless, or worse, dead. Maybe they turned to crime, drugs, and alcohol. Did you ever wonder? Did you destroy their dream, or was your life always so easy? At the Black Business Olympics, we started a movement to help students complete. Give them hope and foster success. Help them to leave their dreams of providing laptops, computers, and up to $5,000 in scholarship funds. Today, we ask you to help a student, a business owner, or an entrepreneur to realize their dream by sponsoring them, supporting them, and buying from them. Consider this. With $1.6 trillion in our black community, we only ask for a small donation for our students, our businesses, and our entrepreneurs. And you can change a life today. So I ask you, what are you going to do? Sit on the sideline and watch our students in high school be leaders, miss out on their dream from lack of resources? Or are you going to donate to the movement and change their future and yours as well? Give us a call today at 919-308-9090. change their life by investing with action to the Black Business Olympic Fund. The Black Business Olympics, one of the largest business showcases of Black business in the history of the world.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black business.
What if you could build your own city? A place where every child can find nurturing people to help them achieve their full potential. A place where every adult can access job training support, where health education is abundant, where social justice ruled the land. A place without limitations. Welcome. You have arrived at STEM City USA. It is what every city should be. A safe and trusted community where you find people and resources to help you become everything you are and beyond. STEM City is unlike anything you have ever experienced. It is a digital twin of the world around you, only better. STEM City is about energy and soul renewal. It is more than a digital world. You can almost feel the power of live cultural events, music, and theater. STEM City promises a better future for children with caring mentors and hands-on activities with dedicated tutors to support our youth. STEM City is your passport to a healthy lifestyle with weekly events addressing our community's many issues. STEM City is your financial well-being with helpful information on wealth management, career advancement, job training, and so much more. STEM City is the community you deserve. It is the city where your dreams can come true. STEM City USA, a place in the sky that is accessible to all who reach for the stars.
Hello, I'm Dr. Madeline Ann Lewis, President and CEO of the Executive Women's Success Institute. And my genius is helping women accelerate the path to success. You know, I was blessed to have strong women in my life who encouraged, motivated, and pushed me to do my best and to never even think about giving up on my dreams. So I say to women, we must show up to rise up. We have talents and potential, but who will see them if we don't speak up and get noticed? I know that women are a tremendous resource on this planet, and there is nothing more fulfilling than helping a woman tap into her full potential. I do this because I want to be a part of helping as many women as I can to show up, to rise up. I do this because genius is common.
I am a child of the Most High God. He has gifted me in ways that I could not even imagine and didn't know.
There was a time when I didn't know who I was. I listened to other people tell me who I should be, what I should do. I listened to people telling me that I should be a boutique owner, that I should be a construction manager, that I should be a laborer. Have you ever felt like you should do something else, be something else, go somewhere else, be wherever you wanted to be, and you felt like you were in a box? Anybody in the room? And you couldn't get out? Anybody in the room? And you kept trying to go and you couldn't get out? Anybody in the room? But let me tell you, you need to rock the box. Rock the box.
I am engaging, inspiring, and empowering. I would give you everything I know. Just by touching you, if I could, by osmosis, give you every single thing I've learned, I've gone through, I know I would. We know that's not possible, but as it is possible, I love to share information with people.
Some of you out there, people have told you that you can't be, you can't have, you can't do. But I will tell you, like Kingston said, you can, you must, and you will. If it's to be, it's going to be me. You got to say it. If it's to be, it's going to be. If it's to be, it's going to be. If it's to be, it's going to be.
Barbara is because she believed what her mama said about her and not what other people told her.
Every day you wake up, when you're in a situation, it's your choice whether it's an advantage or the disadvantage.
She gained her confidence and her life, and now she is a testimony.
If I can help you elevate yourself, then I feel like I'm elevating my own self as well. What you know and I know together can change the world.
I'm Ramon Ray, founder of Smart Hustle Magazine and smallbiztechnology.com.
You're here today to celebrate small business success. Stand up on your feet. You rocked the house. It was amazing. Didn't we learn? For me, success comes from failure. One thing not to do is shake somebody's hand like this.
I was born and raised in southeastern West Virginia, the coal fields. My father was an AME minister. For me, I was very fortunate. Even though I grew up in the segregated South, I was surrounded by flourishing Black businesses. Doctors, lawyers, bankers, dentists. They were all there and they were all successful. And I guess that's part of my dream, is to see that success come back. My name is Joseph Simmons, and I am the founder of the Center for Micro Entrepreneurial Training. We have this moment in time where we can change the trajectory of people. And our focus is on women, Black and brown entrepreneurs, and their access to capital, their ability to build thriving businesses, the ability to employ people. There's a study that showed that in those three communities, especially Black and brown communities, $1 stays in those communities for 30 minutes. In white community, $1 stays in their communities for 8 hours. So think about it. For you in a Black or brown community to get gas, to get food, to go to a restaurant, you've got to leave your community, take those dollars out of that community and take it to another community that's already being well served. So if we can reverse that, if we can go from 30 minutes to an hour to 2 hours, that's progress. That's what we need to do. I was with SCORE. And then in May of 2020, of course, the events happened in regards to the murder of George Floyd. The other thing that I was experiencing was the denials of federal funds for small businesses. And it revolved around one thing. These businesses were not being prepared for grants and for government programs. And I came up with the idea for the Center for Micro-Entrepreneurial based off those two things. Morgan Stanley had a report out in 2020, first quarter, and it talked about there were 3 groups that were massively devastated by COVID-19 on their business. That was 1, women, number 2, Black, and number 3, brown entrepreneurs. The research showed that they had less cash on hand, they had less opportunity to go into a bank and get money, and they were very dependent on family and friends to keep their business up and running. If we can focus on those 3 groups, then we can have a dramatic impact on our communities. Really, the focus is on 3 areas. And those 3 areas are 1, the people, number 2, the courses, and number 3, a support network. Here at CMAT, we will provide you with the fundamentals for generational success. And you will be creating a vibrant community by attending our 5-day immersive training course.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
Good day, everyone. Good day. It is a pleasure to be here. Welcome, business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and corporations. Welcome to the Black Business Network. My name is Melanie Perry, and I am your business moderator for this edition of the Black Business Network today. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black businesses, business owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders worldwide. We have speakers from North Carolina, London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, I was about to say Jamaica, but that too, and cities all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community sharing its business knowledge to empower, inspire, and educate businesses about business. So today, you have moi, Melanie Perry. So let me give you a little bit of background about myself. I'm a certified financial planner with over 2 years, it's about 2.5 years of 25 years, what am I saying? 2.5 decades of experience dedicated to helping individuals create sustainable wealth by making informed financial decisions. I have founded Zillionaire Enterprises, which is to promote financial literacy, particularly among women and children, making very complex ideas around money very easy to understand. I've been recognized by multiple organizations, including the NAACP, for empowering women entrepreneurs to make effective financial planning strategies. So I've also authored a couple of books. One is all about the Benjamins, helping people create sustainable wealth in the midst of financial insanity, and a book for the little ones, Jonathan and Geneva, The Adventures of Zillionaire Kids. Both of these books focus on wealth building principles. And my mission is to inspire people to overcome their financial challenges, to ultimately transform their lives, proving that everyone has the potential to build sustainable wealth and make an impact in a positive way in society. So today, in light of the current political climate, I'll just say here in the United States, I wanted to talk about how we can empower ourselves, not only just by voting politically, but also by voting with our dollars, right? So naturally, we're all going to go to the ballot and exercise our right to vote. But I shouldn't say but, in addition to that, we want to also vote with our dollars because we're in a capitalistic society. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter really who's in office because we're still operating under the same economic system. And truth be told, let's just be honest, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense, right? So here's something that's interesting, right? When we look at the stock market, and sometimes there's a thought that under certain administrations, the stock market does better versus different administrations. But that's actually not the case. In both under the Democratic and Republican administration, the performance of the stock market varies. In some cases it's been better or worse, under either administration, because the average returns fluctuate amongst different sectors, of the economy. But the core issue remains the same. The deeper issue here is that it's not, again, about who's in power so much as it's whether or not the system is truly working for everyone. That's the critical piece here. And as we begin to understand even deeper that our dollars are a part of our voice, we can move the masses, right? So I'm on not just a mission to support small businesses, but to also support businesses that are ecologically sound and viable and in harmony, I should say, with our planet, with our world, with our environment. What we have to begin to do is to move away from the division created amongst the Republicans and the Democrats. And I'll even throw an independent in that regard. Again, it's all the same system. And what we have to, as a people, do is to find ways on an individual level where we can begin to heal a broken system. And so under this current capitalistic model, one viable way in which we can begin to shift the needle is by directing our dollars with purpose. I always say that your dollar needs to have a purpose and needs to have a plan. And so right now, to give you some context, we measure the GDP, which is the gross domestic product, as well as the stock market. That's how we measure success. But these measurements don't really reflect how the majority of people are actually performing. When you think about it, the gross domestic product, which is essentially just a measurement of the things that a particular nation, has nothing to do with whether or not I have those things or you have those things, right? Or how many of those things or services we use or have. Just like with the stock market, while many people are contributing to the stock market by way of their retirement plans, it's still not a solid, viable method to really measure this individual success of me, of you, and the U.S. economy. It's a small few that have a large majority of ownership within the stock market. So we need to do better, right? And so oftentimes it can be a little daunting because it's such a huge issue or matter, to address, to begin to really feel as if I, as an individual, you as an individual, can really make change. But we have to remember we are all change makers. And when we are on when we collectively are on a mission to initiate that change, we can move the masses, right? So by making more conscientious decisions with how we're going to be purposefully spending our dollars by way of a plan, right? Then that is going to help push the needle in the direction towards what things are going to matter most to the people. I mean, when you sit here and you think about it, a lot of rights amongst women are recent. 1988, I think I was in like 4th or 5th grade, was the moment. There was a particular act that was established to allow women to get business loans without needing the approval of their spouse or another man. It was 1974 when women were allowed to just have like financial rights, being able to get a bank account in their own name, get a personal loan out in their own name, get a credit card, in their own name without being, Mrs. husband name's, last name, right? So, it's incredible that these types of acts and quotes, rights, are within our lifetime. And if you're listening and you're younger, they're within your parents' lifetime of when these things took place, right? So how we can, on an individual level, begin to continue to move the needle is by way of voting with our dollars, right? And and by doing that, what we're ultimately beginning to establish and create is a well-being society. There are multiple other countries that have already begun to define and establish their economy based upon a well-being economy. Costa Rica, Uruguay, Finland, Iceland, New Zealand, and a couple of a total of 5 European countries that are already on this trajectory, this path of using a well-being economy. So how we as we around the world, because this is Black Business Network, which is global, how we around the world can begin to align ourselves with that vision, with that objective of well-being, is beginning to pull back away from overconsumption, right? We're moving into holiday season, okay? So what action steps are you going to take moving forward in this season of buying to align with this idea of a well-being economy, right? So that could be making something, right? A few years ago, I had become aware of aluminum being part of the issue as to why many women were encountering breast cancer. And so I thought to myself, so that's in our deodorant. So why not make deodorant as a gift to my friends and family for the holidays? So that's what I did. I got herbal oils, essential oils, the beeswax. I got all the ingredients. And because we're in the world that we're in right now, I was able to get the actual deodorant bottles, and I created labels. I made it look really nice, very professional. And I gave deodorant out to my friends and family for the holidays, as well as my clientele. And all of them were very much appreciative over the intentional, purposeful thought and time that was put into that particular gift. And mind you, it was deodorant, right? It was handcrafted, organic, natural, environmentally sound, and in alignment with health and well-being. So it was a well-received gift, although just the idea of giving somebody deodorant sounds kind of funny, right? So what can you do over this holiday season that can be as enriching and beneficial that doesn't make you fall prey to the common overconsumption of material things? Being able to give something of yourself, falling into the Kwanzaa mindset of cooperative economics, being able to make something from your hands, whether it's a pastry or food or jewelry or something. And if creativity and all that's not your thing, then who can you support that is doing those types of things, that their business is more eco-friendly and sustainable? I recently came across Coco Ashanti, which is a chocolate company now based out of Ghana, that I'm learning that Ghana and some other country is the source of everybody else's chocolate. So Hershey's, Godiva, all the Garandi, how do you pronounce that? All get their chocolate from Ghana and one other country in Africa, and I can't remember the other name of it. But by going straight to the source, right? This is how we begin to vote with our dollars. And I know Black Business Network, that's what we're all about, right? The thing is are we in a regular habit and practice of it? Because we can say, oh, yeah, rah, rah. But on a day-to-day basis, what are we doing that is consistently showing that we are moving away from this over consumption, economy and environment, and really pulling back and being very purposeful with our dollars in order to achieve sustainable wealth, in order to be able to build a different life for your family? We have to begin to do small things each and every day that's going to get to the bigger vision, the bigger goal. And that means when we're in a mode of comfort and convenience, that's the word I'm looking for. When we're in a zone of convenience, we have to say, oh, wait a minute, using all this plastic is convenient, but it's not ecologically sound. What can I now do to pull back from that? Am I bringing my grocery bags when I go grocery shopping? Or am I constantly getting the grocery, buying 10 cents, 10 cents a bag, for groceries? So it's how am I making that convenient for me? So when I am en route to the grocery store, do I have the bags in the trunk? Do I have a space, for that? What are the new habits that I'm going to begin to incorporate to begin to live a more ecologically, environmentally sound, sustainable lifestyle? How am I going to begin to eat healthier? yeah, you go to the grocery store, you might make your own food, but even the food that we're eating is completely depleted in minerals because the farm industry is commercialized and the particular fertilizer that's used only has three prominent minerals in the fertilizer, but the constant use of the land is just oversaturated. So our foods are not as plentiful in minerals, so we have to supplement, right? So creating your own garden. You might think, oh my gosh, Melanie, that sounds great, but I'm in an apartment or I don't have the space. I'm in a condo. Well, you can start with herbs. You know, we can create excuses or we can create solutions. And we can start somewhere from wherever we are right now. So, being able to start from where you are, no matter how big or small, is a step in the right direction. Small steps are going to ultimately get you to the goal. It's going to get you into a rhythm. So, I've got a few gardens. I've got a garden at my uncle's house, my place, as well as at my parents' house. And so, you might feel like, gosh, that's a lot. Well, it's actually how I exercise self care by digging into the earth, connecting to nature, actually stimulates and grows my relationship with my creator. It's a spiritual experience for me. So it's not work. There's effort and it's also exercise. There's not no undesired effort, but it's effort that enhances me physically, spiritually, and mentally because it's a part of my self-care. So this is how we begin to shift out of being in such an over being driven by such an overly consumable economy by just taking steps back and connecting to our creator through nature, through prayer, through serving others, by ensuring that in our businesses, whether we're providing a service or we're providing a product, that we are circulating our dollars in an ecologically friendly way and therefore subsequently voting with our dollars. I can't emphasize that enough that the voting with our dollars is paramount. And so it's like until we begin to, shift towards that, the best thing we can do is to begin, and as we begin, I should say, to shift towards that, an additional thing that we can do is to take control of our finances, right? And how do we begin to become a master, of our money versus the servant of our money? And that's when you begin to incorporate habits and decision on each and every daily basis to begin to make that change for yourself individually, and then that impacts everyone collectively. So we have to begin to understand, a few small things, changes that we begin to incorporate in our own lives are going to have an impact around, because when people start seeing you making changes and shifting, it influences others to do the same. So never feel like your actions are too small for it to have an impact. People are watching. Your children are watching. Your family is watching. Your friends are watching. Your community, your neighbors are paying attention. And by those small actions that you take, you are creating a wave. And people will begin to catch the wave and begin to adjust accordingly. So, a lot of times when we are in the process of making changes and shifts with our finances and ultimately our money habits, we have to begin to think out of the box. We have to think differently than how we normally would go about doing things. And it might require that we take such a leap of faith that we engage in a strategy that's not the norm. Okay. Now, a lot of times, there's there's just a few areas where people tend to spend the most money: buying a house, buying a car, and investing into their retirement. So these are areas where, particularly in retirement, we're putting a lot of money away. And because it's automatic, it's through our corporation, through our workplace, or if you own a business through your corporation, and it's automatic, kind of out of sight, out of mind. It just kind of happens. If you're working for a corporation, then you might be involved in the matching program. So after a few years, you start seeing that money stack up. And you might be a little fatigued of your work environment, right? And so you may move from one place to another. You have old retirement plans here and there. And you start paying attention to your finances, and you're like, I have all this debt. Can't seem to get rid of it fast enough. And it's impeding, it's preventing you from taking the desired steps to accumulate wealth, because your debt to income ratio needs to be at a certain rate in order to accumulate property. You are kind of tight on cash flow because you have to pay, the credit card bills, and you keep looking at, this old 401k that you have. So you start thinking, well, should I use that to pay off the debt so that I can, begin to accumulate and build wealth on the path? Because you might be feeling like you're not really getting enough traction. Okay. So there are only a few reasons why you would want to take from your future in order to pay for something today. And as long as you have a plan, then it would make sense for you to use a retirement account to pay off debt. Now, listen to what I'm saying here. This is not financial advice. This is not a recommendation. Always speak to your financial advisor, tax planner, before making any kind of major decision like this, because your individual situation needs to be assessed in a way where you considered multiple factors. But here are about 5 reasons when you would want to consider using your retirement plan to pay off debt. Now, one reason would be, as I was alluding to, you're ready to purchase some property, and your FICO score is going to improve as a result of you having a plan to earn more income through that investment property. And you're going to be essentially, paying off, using your retirement plan to pay off the debt, and the debt, and by not having the debt, is going to allow you the ability to purchase property, which is income generating. I'm not talking about a single dwelling where you are the primary resident, but this would be income property that you would be purchasing. And that is almost like a wealth replacement, in the sense that you use some money that is paying off the debt in order you to get ahead and get something bigger and better that's going to create some income and add to your balance sheet. It's going to add to your net worth. If you are just taking from the retirement to pay off debt, but your habits are still the same and you don't have a plan, this is not a strategy. You need to leave that retirement plan alone, because there are penalties and taxes that you have to pay if you are not 59 and a half. So another reason to pull the money out is if you're 59 and a half, you're not going to be assessed a 10% premature penalty, and you're planning to use the money to grow, further. Or at this point, 59 and a half, if you have enough to live off of, then it's all good. Another reason is you have a calculated plan to keep the debt from accumulating all over again. I can't tell you how many people I've worked with where I help them get to a point where they've eliminated the debt, they built up the savings, but they really hadn't truly changed their money paradigm, and subsequently their habits hadn't changed, and they rack up debt again, and they go through a process of paying it off, and they're racking it back up. And so then they come to me and they're like, oh, how can I stop this seesaw, effect? And so I provide them with mindset shift ideas and paradigms to help their habits change. When you change your mind, you change your habits. So as long as you have a plan, right, to not continue to accumulate debt in the first place, meaning that you have money saved up, you have a clear purpose of, how you're going to build wealth, you're tracking your finances, you understand that using a credit card to purchase day-to-day things and not paying them off 3 to 5 days before the due date is not how you use your credit card. You begin to understand these things, then you are in a better position to follow the plan and not fall back into habits that are not, going to serve you. Another reason, the third reason, is that your debt to income ratio is thrown off and is not allowing you to qualify for investment property ownership. So again, having a clear purpose and having a clear plan. So if you see that, man, if I eliminate the debt, then that's going, and using, savings that you already have, and you're positioning yourself to build up the necessary savings, to build up the down payment, right? That's going to, again, put you on path to acquiring wealth, then, go for it. Another reason to use a retirement account to pay off debt is that you want to lift the emotional weight that is limiting your ability to advance along your wealth journey. And you have a plan to keep the debt off. 99% of what humans do is based upon an emotion. It's not logic, right? And so you might be feeling limited or burdened, or you just have this extra stress over you because you know that there's this debt that is constantly coming in your face and it's emotionally having an impact, which is preventing you from thinking clearly about your next move, right? So this isn't a common, suggestion is by focusing on your mental and emotional state, but it has that's a part of your wealth. It has a relevance to your overall wealth and health and well-being. So we have to pay attention also to our mental and our emotional forms of wealth when we're making financial decisions, right? And understanding all of these different domains of wealth have an impact on our overall well-being. Going back to our well-being economy. So all of this plays into being very purposeful with our dollars, being very purposeful with where we're spending it, where we're saving it, and how we're distributing it as a means to build and accumulate wealth. Now, those are 5 areas in which you can consider the idea of using your future dollars, your future, monies, because that's money down the road to use for retirement purposes, and using them today in order to move you even further beyond what that money was going to do for you, right? So having a clear purpose and a plan is paramount. And I want you to really, really hear this. I'm going to drive this home because, again, this is not financial advice. You need to speak with your individual financial advisor or planner in order to really understand the pros and cons of making this kind of substantial financial move. And notice everything that I said here means that you need to have a plan. You'll never grow financially if you don't learn from your past to make better decisions for your future, right? So those are, some critical areas where you can begin to think about, okay, how am I going to make my next move? How am I going to be purposeful, with my money and my finances? And what are some action steps that I'm going to begin to do differently that are going to put me in a better place financially so that I can make an impact, so that I can be a greater contributor, to this global economy that is evolving, in front of our eyes. I started off with voting for our dollars, and at the end of the day, however, the dust settles here, I think it's important and paramount to realize that we're still under this capitalistic model. We still, as a people, have power, and that's through the dollar. And we can continue to be a part of wonderful initiatives like the Black Business Network, Black Business Olympics, and circulate, be purposeful, even on a bigger scale, take things to the next level to circulate our dollars again, and ensuring that the businesses that we're circulating our dollars with are in alignment with a eco-friendly, ecologically sound business frame. Because we've got to we have to shift away from using so many toxic products that are really having a deleterious effect to humanity worldwide. It's even boiling down to our clothing, right? Microplastics are in our clothing. And if you're wearing polyester, which this is polyester, has stretching ability, we have to not purchase, clothing. Now, I will have to say, because this has been a bit of a quandary for me, do you just get rid of all of your plastic-oriented clothing and get all wool, all cotton, and just, start fresh? Which, when you get rid of your clothing and it gets into the landfills, where you're contributing to the pollution of the microplastics that will get into the landfills and therefore into the earth, and therefore cycle all the way back to us. Or do you just keep wearing what you have and then just buy fresh? So I opted to keep wearing what I have. Now, many people kind of are surprised by this, but I've had this top. I have a lot of my clothes for 10, 15, 20, maybe even 30 years. Well, at least 20 years. And I've had this top for a good 20 to 25 years. I think I bought this in college. And, but new clothes, I'm more mindful of, okay, where was it made? What is the content of it? And is it, in alignment with my focused objective of being ecologically sound? And then being mindful of companies that will repurpose, fabrics. So there's a company here out in LA, in Los Angeles, that will take your clothing and repurpose it into something else. That's helpful because that keeps it out of the landfill. People are wearing it. It's being reused and repurposed, which is, a part of a healthy model as we begin to find ways to get away from the microplastics. And the other factor too is how it can be overwhelming, right? Because it's everything. It's our air, it's our food, it's our clothing, it's the not Tupperware, but containers we use to put our food in. Are we using glass? Are we using plastic? All the silicone, the pots. I mean, it can be overwhelming. And so what I decided to do is just one step at a time. I still use plastic containers, but I'm incorporating glass. And so as I, begin to shift the plastic out and move the glass in, I'm just not doing everything all at once. It's just overwhelming to try and do all of that all at once. So how do we reduce the overwhelm? One day at a time, one step at a time, one moment at a time. And then eventually we'll be able to make that collective shift. And that will also allow people to be innovative and begin to create solutions. I mean, there has to be some kind of bug out there that we don't know, or animal or something that can digest plastic and turn into something that's beneficial to the earth, because as humans have really made a mess of that. So as we come to a conclusion in my session today, I want to ensure that I have imparted a message of there is definitely a way for change to occur despite who ends up in office. It is going to be very interesting. I'm here in the United States, and either way it goes, we still have power by being purposeful with our dollars, voting with our dollars, circulating our wealth, and being mindful that as we accumulate our own individual wealth, we are making a difference. We are imparting an impact. Because when people look at me, when people look at your actions, no matter how big, no matter how small, are making a difference. And it doesn't matter where you are in your wealth journey. If you are knocking on 40, knocking on 50, knocking on 60, even 70, the decisions that you make today regarding your financial well-being can still make an impact in how you go about accumulating wealth. A lot of people feel like, oh, it's too late. I should have started in my 20s and in my 30s. Not actually. In the Yoruba tradition, adulthood doesn't start until age 40. So if you're in your 40s, you're a kid. If you're in your 50s, you're like a preteen, right? Or a teenager, I'll say. So you're just getting started, and there is time. There is time. So especially in this day and age where I'm speaking to people across the world, and the ability to connect is in our hands, right? We want to be better with this so that we're not using products that have cobalt in it and creating harmful environments for young people who are in the Congo and the DRC who are mining it. So we want to be better and purposeful in that regard too. But we can make a difference. And even if you're 60, mid 60s, it doesn't take as long to accumulate wealth when you have a clear vision and a clear purpose with a plan. So if anyone was moved by what I had to share today, I'm grateful and I'm appreciative. And if you want to connect with me on social media, I'm available, or I can be reached at Zillionaire on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, and YouTube. And Zillionaire is ZEALLIONAIRE, not ZILL. Even though I spell it, sometimes people get into their head ZILL. No, ZEAL, as in zealous, having a fervor. So Zillionaire Enterprises, ZEALLIONAIRE. And of course, on Facebook, you can find me under Melanie Perry on my personal page as well. So that's where you can reach me. Again, I'm gracious and appreciative of the Black Business Olympics. And as always, genius is coming. Thank you.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black business.
What if you could build your own city? A place where every child can find nurturing people to help them achieve their full potential. A place where every adult can access job training support, where health education is abundant, where social justice ruled the land. A place without limitations. Welcome. You have arrived at STEM City USA. It is what every city should be. A safe and trusted community where you find people and resources to help you become everything you are and beyond. STEM City is unlike anything you have ever experienced. It is a digital twin of the world around you, only better. STEM City is about energy and soul renewal. It is more than a digital world. You can almost feel the power of live cultural events, music, and theater. STEM City promises a better future for children with caring mentors and hands-on activities with dedicated tutors to support our youth. STEM City is your passport to a healthy lifestyle with weekly events addressing our community's many issues. STEM City is your financial well-being with helpful information on wealth management, career advancement, job training, and so much more. STEM City is the community you deserve. It is the city where your dreams can come true. STEM City USA, a place in the sky that is accessible to all who reach for the stars.
Five-Star BDM, Brand Development Masters, is a professional consulting and advisory group keenly focused on business development services for the small to mid-sized business and entrepreneurs. Although every business is unique, they often share business development challenges that can be addressed through smart branding. Services include process improvement and operations, digital strategy and transformation, business intelligence, digital marketing, and personal branding. Our business and personal branding company has helped a number of professionals and organizations to optimize and grow. This results in more business, more opportunities, better reach, positive outcomes. Visit www.fivestarbdm.com today to learn more.
Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school, all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina.
Join Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school, all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world.
Prepare for what's coming and dominate in economic winter. Stand strong and thrive by showcasing your great products and services globally through the Black Business Network and Black Business Olympics. The Black Business Network has showcased over 2,000 companies with over $7 billion in sales each year. Over 10 million attendees have viewed the rebroadcast each month. Through the Black Business Olympics, unique styles of business training and mentoring are turning students into business owners and entrepreneurial warriors who will dominate in any economy. Gain the ultimate advantage of the Black Business Olympics, 7 days of unbelievable topics and speakers speaking around the globe. Donate your time and experience to provide expertise and scholarships to students worldwide and change the world. Now, more than ever, new insights, tools, strategies, and capabilities are needed. This is your chance for a major presentation to the world. Fill out the form and join the more than 2,000 speakers who have presented to over 200 countries. Join the Black Business Network streaming live into the metaverse, STEM City, Black Multiverse Enterprises, Hulu, Amazon, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Apple, Facebook, LinkedIn, Pod TV, IBM TV, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. Sign up today. Spaces are limited, and we will see you there.
What if you could build your own city? A place where every child can find nurturing people to help them achieve their full potential. A place where every adult can access job training support. Where health education is abundant. Where social justice ruled the land. A place without limitations. Welcome. You have arrived at STEM City USA. It is what every city should be. A safe and trusted community where you find people and resources to help you become everything you are and beyond. STEM City is unlike anything you have ever experienced. It is a digital twin of the world around you, only better. STEM City is about energy and soul renewal. It is more than a digital world. You can almost feel the power of live cultural events, music, and theater. STEM City promises a better future for children with caring mentors and hands-on activities with dedicated tutors to support our youth. STEM City is your passport to a healthy lifestyle with weekly events addressing our community's many issues. STEM City is your financial well-being with helpful information on wealth management, career advancement, job training, and so much more. STEM City is the community you deserve. It is the city where your dreams can come true. STEM City USA, a place in the sky that is accessible to all who reach for the stars.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo. One of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
Well, good day and good afternoon, good morning to wherever you are in the world. To good day to business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and corporations. Welcome to the Black Business Network. My name is Melanie Perry, and I am your business moderator for this edition of the Black Business Network. Now, the Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black businesses, business owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders worldwide. Now, we have speakers from North Carolina, London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, and countries all over, and cities, all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community sharing its business knowledge to empower, inspire, and educate businesses about business. And we have a wonderful guest in store for you today. Today we have Jerry Smith, and Jerry Smith is the CEO of JAS Consulting. He is a visionary leader with nearly 40 years of experience in the music and entertainment industry. As a gospel music programmer, radio veteran, and entrepreneur, Jerry has shaped the landscape of gospel radio, helping to launch and manage numerous stations nationwide. He's played a key role in developing innovative programming for the contemporary gospel radio format and was instrumental in the success of the WNNL, the Light 103.9 FM station in Raleigh, North Carolina. And Jerry has also superheaded major national events and guided countless artists through his consulting, promotions, and event planning company, JAS Consulting. So I present to you the wonderful Jerry Smith. Your mic, Jerry. Got to unmute you. We can't hear you.
I am sorry about that. I don't know what happened, but I thought I had my mic on. Thank you for that great introduction, Melanie. That was awesome, awesome, awesome. You know what? My wife's maiden name is Perry, so we might be cousins. We might be
related.
Those Perrys are smart people, I will say that.
Thank you for that.
You are welcome. Well, first and foremost, I give honor to God for this opportunity to spread some wisdom, knowledge, and some of my experiences. I like to acknowledge Dr. Eric Kelly III. Thank you for this opportunity. And of course, this amazing platform to raise money for young men and women, future entrepreneurs, future business leaders, future presidents and vice presidents of the United States, people that are going to do some great things. And I just encourage everyone who is watching, all these great business minds sharing their nuggets to help you to become successful, to sow into these young men and women, to help them with tuition, books, and all the computers, all the things that they need to be successful.
Absolutely. Well, I'm going to let you take over the reins here and be able to empower all of those that are listening today and beyond.
Thank you, Ms. Perry. And like the pastors and the preachers say, I will not be before you very long. Why do they say that? And then they go like hours. I love to talk. I love sharing wisdom, knowledge, and I've just had a blessed career to do some amazing things with my career. This past August marked my 40th anniversary in radio as a professional broadcaster. When I was 12 years old, that's when I knew I wanted to do radio and be involved in radio. And 7 years later, I was doing it on college at Central Connecticut State University's college radio. And it's just been a blessing ever since. I've had some amazing people that have sewed into my career that have allowed me to have a lot of success. So I like to pay it forward. Anything that I learn, I like to share with other people. I like to help them navigate the business of radio and records, because it is very difficult. There's a lot of obstacles, a lot of roadblocks, a lot of hurdles, and a lot of hustles. A lot of people will try their best to get their hands on your money. And I treat what I do like an agent or someone, maybe an investor. I want you to get a return on your investment. So anytime you're spending money to further your career, to climb up the ladder, you want to get a return for that. So what I'd like to talk to you today, and if you know anybody that's in the music industry or has aspirations of being a recording artist, getting their music played on the radio, that's kind of what I want to talk about right now. All right, I'm going to give you a few minutes to send an email to them or a text this link, because this is very, very valuable. In 2020, due to COVID, the company that I work for had to make some tough decisions, and they laid off 300 plus employees, and I was one of them. And I had to pivot. I had to do something to put food on the table, pay the rent and all the bills. And some people asked me if I would be their record rep. A radio promotions person is the professional name for it. And basically to push their music to radio and to try to help them climb the charts so that they could get paid for the airplay via royalties and streams and so on and so forth. And as it turned out, I was pretty good at it. At first I said no, and then I thought about it. Listen, Negro, you just lost your job, right? You've been laid off and you need some income coming in, and it's a pandemic, and not many people are knocking on your door to hire you. So here's several people that are asking you and want to pay you for your services. So I said yes, and prayed about it, and I asked God to lead me and guide me and direct my path, because I had no experience in that area. I was always on the other end, the receiving end of people asking me to support their music and play it on the radio. So now the role is reversed, right? I'm calling radio stations and asking them. And I know how difficult it is to tell people no, to tell them your music isn't good enough, or, we just don't have enough space to play your music. And that's not easy to do. That's really, really difficult, having to get people to be the bearer of bad news. I'll say that. So one of the things that I realized starting to do radio promotions and helping people to get their music played is that experience played on the radio. That experience as a program director and having those conversations with people soliciting me to play their music was some experience that I never even thought of. And so I use that to my advantage of how to approach radio. I pretty much know what the program director is looking for, because everything that they do music wise is very intentional. A lot of times people think it's just, a play toy and you send music and they play it. Well, no, radio is a business. It's a multi-million-dollar business, and they have to put a really good product on the air to attract listeners, to attract advertisers, so that the salespeople can convert that airtime into revenue. So it's big, big business. The business now is kind of flat. It's got a lot of things competing with it: social media, TikTok and Facebook and Instagram, and all these new platforms that pop up daily. But radio is still the driver for getting new music exposed. And there's a lot of research, a lot of studies, focus groups, and hands down, radio is the number one way to get new music exposed. People love radio. It's not going away. Now we just have a lot more competition. So I use those experiences of being a program director and what I'm looking for when selecting great music to put a good product on the radio, and the approaches that work really well when people solicited me for radio airplay. There were some radio promoters that were better than others. And the ones that I felt were better than others, I just took a little nugget from this one, from that one, from this one, and then just put my own thing together. And it's worked out really well. I've been doing it a little over 4.5 years now. God has blessed me to have nine top 30 Billboard charting singles, 2 number ones, a number 8, a number 15, 2 number 20s, number 22. One of my clients this week is number 21 on Billboard, and a 26. So I have 2 top 30 songs right now on Billboard, one at 21 and the other one at 28. And then there's another major chart that's called Media Base. And I have 2 clients right now. That one is number 20. He's a top 20 this week. And the other one was 30 last week, and we fell down to 32 this week. But that's a part of the process. And we're working hard to get back into the top 30. So I've done really well in a relatively short period of time. And I want to share with you what I consider are best practices, especially if you're an independent recording artist. A lot of people I see have been doing this for numerous years. I mean, like decades, and not having any traction, not having any success. And it's because, as an outsider looking in, the perception is one thing, but the reality is something completely different. And a lot of times people get intel from people that just don't know. As I mentioned earlier, radio is very intentional. Program directors are hired to program the radio station by putting great content on that radio station to attract listeners to listen for long periods of time, so that they can take those great ratings and hand them over to the salespeople, and then the salespeople can convert those ratings into revenue. The salespeople, that's their job. Get the money. Show me the money, baby. The radio programmers are to get the ratings, follow FCC rules, regulations, and guidelines, hire great talent, and put great content on the radio. All right, so hopefully you had a chance to contact your cousins, your brothers, your aunties, your sisters, your family and friends, to tell them to tune in so I can share these nuggets with them to help them to navigate radio and records. It's a lot of hurdles, roadblocks, and obstacles that you got to get around to have success. But if you are talented, then you can get there. I promise you, no great song can be held back, cannot be noticed, cannot get its shine. Don't forget to make a donation to this great organization as they try to help our young men and women further their education, help them to live out their dreams. It all starts with that feeling in your heart of being a doctor, lawyer, preacher, teacher, entrepreneur, a radio personality in the music business, whatever it is. It starts with that dream, that vision, and then it takes the village to help them grow. As we nurture them, share our wisdom and experience, it all takes money. Okay, so let's sow into these young men and women and help them to get their books, computers, tuition, whatever it takes to go in the right direction. Okay, all right. So now let's get into what I want to talk to you about. I call this the best practices of getting radio airplay. First and foremost, and you hear about it all the time, if you're an entrepreneur and you're tuning in, relationship capital is amazing. One of the things I didn't realize when I started transitioning onto this side of the business, and I still do radio. I have my own radio station. I go on the air. I do interviews. I program the music. I do a whole lot of things. But this is just a new feather in my cap and a new layer of what I do in the broadcast and entertainment industries. And you always hear about relationships. And let me tell you something. When I transitioned into doing the radio promotion side, I did not realize how much relationship capital I had, millions of dollars. It was a little easier for me to transition into this side of the business because of all the relationships that I had developed throughout my years. Now I'm celebrating my 40th year as a professional broadcaster, but at that time it was 36 years when I transitioned. So 36 years of relationship capital was starting to come into play. When you are trying to get your music played on the radio, relationships will help you to get that airplay quicker than anything else. But you're starting off from scratch. You don't have a relationship with anybody, a radio station program director or a music director. Those are the decision makers. The DJs can offer some input, but they can't play one song on that radio station without the approval of the program director. Okay, because all of the responsibilities of that radio station that goes through those speakers is on him or her, and they don't want any surprises. So any song that you hear usually is approved by the program director. Okay, so that's one area that a lot of people make a mistake. They think because they have a relationship with the DJ that the DJ can play their music. No, none of my staff members would ever play any song without my approval when I was the program director of the station. Okay, so know that. All right, so develop a relationship with the decision maker. All right, so let me back up. The first step to do is to call the radio station, ask what days and times the program director and music director take calls. All right. There's 1, 2, maybe 3 days. Most only have 1 day and a window when they take calls for people to solicit music. We call it music tracking or music calls. So the first thing you need to do is to find out what day and time they take those calls. Normally, they don't take any music calls outside of that window because they're busy. They've got department head meetings, they've got staff meetings, promotions meetings. Sometimes the sales staff will want to meet with them and a client. So the only time that they have to really talk music is during this block. And you never want to call outside of that block. You never want to call on another day outside of that day because they will be very angry with you because they'll feel like you're disrespecting them and you're not respecting their time because they've got other things to do. Okay, so find out what day and what time and be persistent. Call every single week. That's what it takes. I call my folks every single week, whether I have success with them getting the music played or not. You got to be consistent because there are other radio promotions people that do it well that are doing the same thing as you are. Literally, there's hundreds of people that are trying to get music played. And the one that is the most persistent are generally the ones that have the most success. All right. So let's go back to relationship capital. So you're just getting to know this person. You don't have any relationship with them. So that's when you have to start developing the relationship with them. And how do you do that? Well, find out little nuggets about them. Find out, are they married? Do they have any children? Find out what their favorite professional team is, football, basketball, college. Just try to find something that can give you a little bit of conversation. Who knows? Like a lot of people know that I'm a Carolina Panther fan. And so the radio promoter and people are from all across the country, but they're football fans. So they'll talk a little smack when our teams are facing each other. You know, one guy who's really good at this is from Chicago. He's a big Chicago Bears fan. So whenever the Panthers would play the Bears, we would talk, or he would say, man, we crushed such and such and your Panthers did good. He knew enough that I was a college fan. I mean, that I was a college football fan as well, but he knew that I was a Carolina Panthers fan, and he would bring that up in conversation to develop the relationship. All right, do you have children? Are your children involved in any sports? Another radio promotions child was in Taekwondo, and so was my daughter. So that was the thing that we always talked about, our kids and how they did in Taekwondo. And those are just little simple things that help you to develop that relationship and start building relationship capital. Again, there are a lot of people that call these radio stations and they're trying to do the same thing. They're trying to jockey to get their get their clients' music played on the radio. And so that's what you're doing as well. Okay. All right. One of the things that I mentioned was what happens when you call a program director on a non-music calling day. Okay. Like I said, they feel like you're disrespecting them and you don't know it because your music is what's important to you. Getting that word in about your music or your ask is really important to you. But what's really important to them is their job and getting their job done, because the program director has to answer to the general manager of the station, who oversees the whole radio organization, all of the departments. And so the program director has a lot of pressure because getting ratings and revenue is very stressful. And so I cannot express how bad it is if you call a program director on a non-call day until you develop that relationship and they give you the green light. So please be disciplined, find out the days, the times, and make your calls on those days. All right, so you got them. You established the days and times to make the calls. Now your pitch, okay? And I actually kind of got ahead of myself now that I think about it. And you got to have good music. You got to have a good product, okay, in order to get your music played on the radio. Doesn't matter how you look. You can be the finest lady this side of California, and that doesn't get your music played. You can be Denzel times 1,000. That doesn't get your music played. It's what comes through the speakers, the sound of the music, the quality of the music, the production of the music. So that's really key, and that's important. Some people get a pass once they become established, but for an independent artist and a new artist, it's really hard for you to get any type of grace. You got to come correct and you got to come strong out of the gate. Make sure your music is good. A lot of times people think just because you put something on a CD, MP3 file, or WAV file, and you send it to radio, that they're obligated to play it. And no, that's not how it works. Maybe in college radio and maybe even internet radio, because internet radio doesn't go by ratings. So there's a lot more freedom. But commercial radio, professional radio, it has a higher standing and it's standard. That's what I meant. The standard is much higher there. And so you've got to bring it. Okay. All right. So I forgot to mention that earlier, and that's key. All right. So you got a great produced songs. The vocals are great. The background vocals are great. The message in the song is great. Everything is great. Now you're trying to get your song played. So one of the things that you have to do is you have to have a story for your song. The story is tough in the beginning because you're just building your story. But I always tell people to have a good praise report every time you call a radio station. So in the beginning, your praise report might sound like this. Hey, I'm Jerry Smith. I want to introduce this new song, Eric Kelly and the New Redeemers. This song has a strong message. It's very, very upbeat and uplifting, and want you to please put your ear on the song. I'd like to follow up with you next week and get your feedback. Okay. So you want to, in the beginning stages, just ask for them to listen to the song. All right. Usually, honestly, it takes a couple of months, maybe 2 to 3 months before they even listen to your song, especially independent artists. Not because they're neglecting you or anything like that, because they got tons of music that came to their radio station before your song came. And again, outside of just reviewing the music for that small window, they're doing all kinds of other things. Their life is hectic and busy. So you would think that listening to music and reviewing music would be the number one priority, but it's not. Okay. So you've got to be persistent, pushing your music in front of them, and don't get your feelings hurt when they say, no, I didn't listen to it. Don't take it personally, because your feelings will be hurt. Mine do, but I know how much they have going on. And if I stay with it, if I'm persistent, then they'll eventually listen to it. All right. Don't forget to make a donation to this great organization, the Black Business Gospel, Black Business Gospel, the Black Business Olympics USA, to help these young men and women to further their education with books, computers, tuition. This organization is doing a great job sewing into the entrepreneurs, and we want to help them. So please make a donation. Okay. All right. So let's get back to the programmers. All right. So you're asking them to put an ear on it, and eventually they will put an ear on it. So then you want to get their input. So what do you think? Hopefully they'll say, I like it. Now, if they say, well, I don't have any room right now, that's a good thing. All right. Because again, radio is very intentional. And when it comes to new music, there's only a few slots. It's not just, 1,000 songs, 1,000 new songs. There's a reason they call it top 30 and top 40. And really what that means is top 30 new songs, top 40, 40 new songs, either 30 or 40. That's the number that most radio stations use. It never goes higher than 30, and it never goes higher than 40. So for example, if 30 is the formula that radio stations are using, it never goes to 31, 32, 33, 34. So whenever they put something new in, something has to come out, something has to move. If they put in 3 new songs and they have 30 new songs, then that means 3 songs have got to come out. So that number stays at 30. It's a mathematical calculation in terms of how those songs rotate in a 24-hour day, 7 days a week. And the same thing with 40. If 40 is the math that they use, then it never goes to 41, 42, 43. If they want to put 3 new songs in, then 3 songs have got to come out. And that's the process. So whenever they say they don't have any slots open, that's what they're trying to tell you. Okay. So finally, they hear the song, they put their ear on it. You've got to give them some praise reports. And when I say praise reports, what I mean is just any good nuggets about your song. You can say, hey, the Light in Raleigh, North Carolina, if this is true, added the song. So I picked up a station in Raleigh, I picked up a station here in Memphis, Tennessee, and a station in Kansas City is considering adding it. Any little nugget you can give puts you in a better position to have success. Again, you're competing with hundreds of other songs. And if you just send it to them and ask them if they listen to it without kind of giving your song a case for getting played, then other people are giving their songs cases, and they're going to go in front of yours. Okay. So it's always a good practice to give any good information. Stations that are considering adding it, stations that have added it, if people are watching it on YouTube or any streaming data or information or Shazams that you can give, that's good. Any buzzes on social media, that is good as well. Okay. Let's see. What goes into adding a song for a radio station? What is it that program directors are thinking about when they add music? Okay. Well, as a programmer, you're trained not to play your own personal music that you like. Okay. You are asked to know your target audience of your radio station. Okay. And this is what the programmer does. He knows who the target demographic is, and then he super serves that demographic. So for example, for most radio stations, the target demographic is a female between the ages of 25 and 54. So most program directors select music that will be appealing to that demographic. Now, also another school of radio programming is to narrow your focus for broader results. So from that demographic of a female 25 to 54, you might want to narrow that to females to 35 to 44. Generally, that's the biggest population of people in the marketplace, in your market. So if if there are more females between 35 and 44, and you're targeting them, then you want to make that demographic really, really happy. So when you select music, you're going to think about that female in mind. You know that you're going to get younger audience, and you're going to get some men, both younger and older. You're going to get older females, and you're going to get younger females, but you want to zero in on that demographic. So when you're selecting music to play on the radio station, you want to target them, music they like. So for example, let's say jazz, inspirational jazz, great music. There are people that like it, but is your target audience really going to like gospel jazz or rap music, holy hip hop? Female 35 to 44, are they really into the gospel rap? So those are the decisions that go into selecting music. So if your music is like way different than what most radio stations are playing, not saying it's impossible to get your music played, but it might be a little more difficult. The other things that go into radio airplay, what programmers are looking for is they're looking for quality. All right. If you put quality on your radio station, then that's what people hear. If you program quality, then what people hear, the fans that you're trying to attract to listen to your station, hear quality. If you play bad music on the radio station, then your radio station sounds bad. All right. So you have to pick and select music as a program director, good quality music that's produced well, that fits your target audience. Those are all key factors that go into selecting music. Another thing too, now here we are going into the fall. So we're about to go into what we call the holiday music. November and December generally is when radio plays a lot of Christmas music. Some people play it the week leading up to Thanksgiving, and some people play the Christmas music like I do. I choose to program it on Thanksgiving night all the way up to Christmas Day. So music is seasonal. During the summertime, program directors are generally looking for upbeat songs to match the energy of the summer. And then usually in the fall, it kind of slows down a little bit. And then during the holidays, Thanksgiving and Christmas, you get into your Christmas music. And then in the beginning of the year, it's either slow or fast music. Doesn't really matter. But a lot of people have problems getting slower music played once April starts to come around, because we're in the spring and now we're getting ready to go into summer, and people are ready to crank up their radio stations and increase the energy. So those are some of the things that go into a program director selecting music. And I want you to kind of get into the mindset of the program director, because like I said, being an outsider looking in, the perception is one thing, but the reality is something completely different. And most program directors, kind of have the same formula of success that they use when programming their radio stations. The other thing that I think is really key for independent artists and new artists, and it goes back to that developing the relationship that I mentioned early on when I first came on, is to give yourself an opportunity to get some exposure. Take advantage of when radio stations do like summer concerts, Praise in the Parks, Unity in the Community Days, harvest festivals, anything to get in front of the program director and his audience. There have been so many times when I've had an event like Unity in the Community Day, and a record label would say, "Hey, Jerry, we heard about your Unity in the Community Day. We want to send this artist down to perform for your event." And I've seen them perform, and I've seen the reaction from the audience, and I'm like, whoa, the audience loves these guys and their music sounds good. And I played their song and have developed a relationship with them throughout the years and play their music, because anytime somebody does something like that for you, you want to help them out. You want to help to get their music out there. So take advantage of opening up for other artists when there's a concert that's coming into your town. Okay? Listen, I'm about to wrap things up and close things out here. I want to thank Eric Kelly again for the opportunity to be amongst you and share information about my company, JAS Consulting and Entertainment. You can find me at jerrysmith03.com to find out about all the services that I do: radio, records, workshops, concerts, events, MC events. God has just blessed me with so many talents and so many skills, and I just love doing what I do. As I mentioned earlier, at the age of 12 years old, God put radio in my heart. And as you can tell by these gray hair and losing some of my hair now, I've been at this for quite some time now. And it truly is a blessing to do something that you love and to help people fulfill their dreams and desires and their purpose and destiny as well. So you can go to jerrysmith03.com. Also, I want to send a big shout out to my old radio station that I used to work for, the Light 103.9, Big shout out to Melissa Wade and the staff there. They are the recipients of a Marconi Award, for 2024 Marconi Award for Religious Station of the Year. That is a big deal. That's like an Academy Award for radio. There's no award that is higher than the National Association of Broadcasters Marconi Award, and they are the recipient. This is our second time. Look at me like I'm still with the light. It's my baby. I helped birth it, so it'll always be my baby. But it's the second time the station has been the recipient of this award and nominated numerous occasions, numerous times. So I'm really proud of Melissa and the work that she's doing and all the staff for the light. Kat, proud of you as well. It takes a team to make the dream come true. And all of you guys are hardworking people. Also, a shameless plug here. I'm really excited to announce that in 2025, I will be launching my own independent record label, Saintsville's Record. I'm really, really excited about that. Saintsville is a little community in Greenville, North Carolina, off of Briley Road, where a lot of my relatives live. My mom grew up there. My grandparents lived there. I tell you what, just a lot of relatives who are believers, very religious family, and they named that little piece of the town Saintsville because so many religious people live there. And so in memory of them and in honor of them, I wanted to name the record label Saintsville Records in memory of them and that community there. If you listen to P.D. Pablo and his song Rise Up, where he goes, North Carolina, he mentioned Saintsville in his song there. And when I heard that, I was like, wait a minute, this was like in the 90s. And I was like, did I hear that right? And I went back and played that song over and over again. And I was like, he knows about Saintsville. That is so, so cool. So I'm excited about discovering talent here in North Carolina and abroad. I feel like North Carolina has so many amazing singers and so many talented people. They just need somebody to hold them by the hand, lead them, guide them to navigate this business of radio and records. And just like my dreams have come true, maybe I can help them with their dreams help them with their dreams to come true. I've done that for several of my clients who never had any success on the charts and are having great music careers. I give God 100% of the glory, honor, and the praise because all those blessings truly flow through him. And again, I want to thank Eric Kelly, the Black Business USA Network, as they help to sow into these young men and women to help them further their education. So I just want to encourage you to make a donation to help them with the laptops, the books, the tuition, so that they can also fulfill their dreams and become great entrepreneurs and great minds and the next generation of leaders. So again, Miss Perry, it was an honor meeting you. I'm going to have to look into seeing if we are related somehow. But thank you again for this opportunity. And again, if you would like to reach me and connect with me, you'll find me at jerrysmith03.com. That is the website for JAS Consulting and Entertainment. God bless you. And remember, in all that you do, be sure to give it to God. Give him the glory, the honor, and the praise because he is worthy to be praised.
You are in the right place at the right time. The Black Business Network opens again for its Black Business Olympics, a 24/7 broadcast on business, strategies, global branding, social media marketing, finance, advertisement, and much, much more. featuring the top, most powerful entrepreneurs and speakers and thought leaders from all around the world as they gather together for this phenomenal event. Join the Black Business Network streaming live into the metaverse, STEM City USA, Black Multiverse, Pod TV, Roku, Hulu, iHeartRadio, Apple TV, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Google Podcasts, Facebook, LinkedIn, IBM TV, Spotify, and Twitch. Tune in today and be a part of this amazing movement. The Black Business Olympics welcomes you.
Hello, I am Dr. Eric Kelly III, the visionary strategist and founder of the Black Business Olympics. I invite you to showcase your Black-owned businesses on the Black Business Network global stage. The Black Business Olympics is a global Black Business Network platform that propels Black-owned businesses into the international spotlight. By showcasing your business on the Black Business Olympics platform, you can reach a worldwide audience of potential customers, partners, and investors. You can also establish yourself as a thought leader, an expert in your field, attract lucrative partnerships, and more speaking engagements. In addition, the Black Business Olympics platform provides a valuable opportunity to connect and collaborate with like-minded entrepreneurs and business professionals from around the world. This can lead to new business opportunities, ideas, and relationships. Finally, by sharing your story and expertise on the Black Business Olympics platform, you can inspire and empower others. This is a powerful way to make a positive impact on the world and leave a lasting legacy. If you are a Black-owned business owner, I encourage you to seize the opportunity to showcase your business on the Black Business Olympics platform. It is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to make an indelible mark on the world. Be one of the 1,000 visionary entrepreneurs who are changing students' lives, shaping industries, and leaving an unforgettable legacy for their families. Unleash your voice on our global stage and watch your business thrive. Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. Yes, the entire world. Just give me a call today at 919-308-9090.
Grant McGaw, CEO of 5-Star BDM, is turning heads in the healthcare and information technology sectors with his groundbreaking approach to personal branding and business development. By challenging conventional strategies, he's setting a new standard for how executives present themselves and their businesses to the world. McGaw's expertise isn't just about standing out. It's about strategic guidance, generating leads, and building networks that propel executives beyond their competition. His focus on authenticity allows leaders to leverage their unique stories, driving exponential growth and success in their industries. Beyond branding, McGaw is a fervent advocate for diversity, equity, and inclusion in the workplace. He's committed to helping organizations cultivate environments where innovation and collaboration thrive through inclusive cultures. And for those eager to dive deeper, McGaw hosts the Follow the Brand podcast. Here, he unpacks the intricacies of personal branding and business growth, offering valuable insights for professionals eager to redefine their identities and share their narratives with the world.